Hello and welcome to Tales from the Dark Side, your Star Wars news and weekly comic recap presented by Renovision. There's only one comic to review this week, but it's a good one. I think so. It's Darth Vader, number 28. We chat about Andor, episode 7, and discuss how droids are the best part of Star Wars. They are, and this episode proves it. And with High Republic and Visions back and on everyone's mind, it's got our crew to thinking and trying to put things together, wondering just how many printings will these new comics get? Our experts, they weigh in. And of course, we've got your weekly Star Wars news, collectible releases, and a tier listing about dead folk. At least that's how I understand it. Let's get it going, fellas.
We didn't have enough time in the pre-chat. So Pete, we got to talk about stuff later. All right. Anyways,
time in the pre-chat.
I don't understand any of that intro about droids or whatever or dead people, but I will say hi to some people. But before we do, real quickly, JJ won't be with us this week. He wasn't with us last week. It's something personal. Thoughts and prayers out with him and his family. Yep. We miss him. We really do. So. Hopefully, everything's gonna be straightened out in a couple of weeks or whatever. But hopefully it's easy on him. So, Darth Rubin, yes sir. Star Wars Sunday. Wish I wasn't at work. I was too, because the whole time I was watching Andor, I was like, wait a minute, didn't Rubin say this was going to be somebody else and something else and someone else? And I have a ton of questions for you, because I just have a ton of questions. Eric, good to see you. Ed, saying hi for the algorithm. Now back to regular schedule lurking. Perfect, Ed. And you've got he's still got the thing from what movie is that from?
Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club.
There you go.
Breakfast Club.
Principal.
Oh, that's cool. Howdy,
Nice.
says Joe. It's Darth Maul in a cowboy hat. I like that one. Sith Rule, good to see you. And by the way, thanks for the sub, Joe. Thank you for the sub, Sith Rule. Rock out, nerds. Rock out. Appreciate it. Let's get started. We will. Wookiee Fanatics. Something tells me reprints just might be a buzzword that's off, and Pete is trolling him. Maybe.
Yeah.
Lewis P. Good to see you around. How you doing? Good to see you actually made it to chat. Ascertain reprints rules. Dwayne Scott. Yeah, apparently they still sell them. BK. Let's see what BK's troll is. Hey, let's do thumbs up or thumbs down. If it's remotely funny, we'll give it a thumbs up. If it's not, we give it a thumbs down. Just to see how he starts out today. All right. I'm here for what may potentially be the last Renovision with Marco and Pete before their Baltimore Con meetup. That is true. That's a good one. All right. I'll give you the thumbs up on that one. Dom apparently coming out too. What's that?
I feel like he's said that before. I think that's a repeat of a previous comment.
Oh, Jedi gives you that. We need reprints and stomp buys every first print available. Sure.
It's all Dom's.
Karaoke, what's good, dudes? A lot is good. Dom's close to becoming a full Sith. Yes, he is. AOA, Pete's fave Phillies. Yes. Did the Phillies win? Apparently they won. Luke, what's going on? Good to see you.
World Series bound.
Darth Brooks or Garth Maul. Ooh.
Darth Maul Brooks.
Darth Brooks.
Or Garth Maul.
Garth
I
Maul.
like Garth Maul.
Yeah.
Garth Maul. Okay. What's
Garth
up,
Maul.
Mojo? All right. Since Jedi's here, you know he does the extra work and makes us all look exceptionally well. So, Jedi, if you could you go around the horn?
I don't know about all that, but here goes. He's been the president of the Han Shot First fan club since 1997. Several candidates have challenged for his seat over the years, but few can beat him in a debate. Even fewer can get a word in edgewise. It's Macho Man Marco.
All facts.
And our co-pilot and rabbit hole police, who tops his own most wanted list some nights. I'm not saying he'll beat a dead horse, but furries do avoid him at conventions. It's the visionary Pete Renovision. And this song goes out to a special bounty hunter out there. Barry White's classic mood setter, Can't Get Enough of Your Love, Boba. He's captured this guy's heart. It's the great Dom Tober. And it's no wonder this guy reads so much. He starts every morning with a cup of calf and blue milk poured over his cereal. That's a combination that's bound to keep anyone fixed to the refresher vac tube for a while. He's a porcelain throne reader and bad spec defeater. It's Wayseeker RUIN. And finally, this Jedi gets no respect. While studying for finals at Jedi Academy on the evening of Order 66, a yellow-eyed Anakin just walks right by this young Padawan with a casual head nod and, what's up, dude? No respect. It's me, Jedi Johnson, 22. Let's go.
All right, good stuff. Okay, so we got a bunch to talk about this week, especially in the comic section. Even though there's one comic, we got a little bit extra, and then Wayseeker put a little add-on of something and everything else. And the Lions still lost, so that's kind of cool. Jerome, what's going on? What is going to happen at Baltimore in Canning? Baltimore is Canning? Is coming?
Hey, even the Jets managed to eke out a win against crappy Denver somehow.
Pete, Funhouse Comics gives you
right back at you, Funhouse.
Pound and a thumb up. Okay. I don't know how Jedi does it. The openings are the best. That is true. Dude.
Thank you.
I hit the lottery. I'm hiring. Yeah, right. For real. Jerome. Yeah. I mean, it's amazing what he does. Okay, here we go. Let's get into news because that's what's supposed to come first. News it is. Ready, Wayseeker?
All right.
Is this Wayseeker news or is this
Wayseeker news?
JJ news by
go back.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
You can just do it like that. Okay.
Yeah. All right. First thing in news this week, we got the official poster for Bad Batch Season 2, which has caused quite a little stir because of Omega's.
Macaulay Culkin's in this one?
What?
Because Macaulay Culkin's in it?
Yeah, right?
What
do you all think?
Looks like a little boy.
Home Alone 6? Home Alone 6?
It's the same hair like she had before.
Yeah, or like a girl that
She hasn't
age.
changed much.
Yeah, I mean, like, what is she like?
Why is she rocking a denim jacket?
Yeah.
I'd be more upset about her rocking a denim jacket than anything else, I guess.
So yeah.
What do you think, Jedi? Jedi's our official Omega fan club. So what do you think?
Omega.
I think she looks pretty much the same. I mean, she's not going to be able to fit a bunch of hair underneath her helmet whenever and if ever she gets a helmet. So got to keep it short. Got to keep it cropped off. I do wonder, aren't we missing a Bad Batch?
We are. Very interesting point.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Hey, what's up with the new paint on their armor? Like, why did they get the Obi-Wan's clone trooper armor?
Well, there's been speculation on that. I don't know if anyone's heard it, but
Dom probably has.
What's the spec on this?
Yeah, what's the spec on that?
Well, they need to change their look so people don't just.
Well, because it's
There
orange. Because it's orange, people are specking
Cody's gonna show. That's yellow.
Ahsoka. That's what I've heard rumors of.
Ahsoka?
Yeah.
Because of the orange striping
just change their look. You know,
I don't think so, but that's
He's
just
not the only orange person in the universe.
Yeah, I know.
What?
Hey.
Wait, time out. What color was?
It doesn't take much to get people
what color was
about
Obi's?
Ahsoka,
What
though.
color was Obi's troopers again?
They had the yellow, right? Didn't
Yellow.
Cody have the yellow?
Was
Yellow,
it
I
yellow?
think,
Was Cody
right?
yellow? Whose troopers
Cody,
were orange?
No, Cody was orange.
Orange, yeah. That was Obi-Wan's troopers.
Yeah.
So
I
I
thought it was
figured
yellow.
What? Oh, I'm lost. Okay, next up, what do we got?
Make up
Good
the
job,
rumor.
Wayseeker.
Yep. All right. So we had a heartfelt message done by the actor who is doing Sabine, which celebrated the wrapping. And so I guess that means that Ahsoka is near the end of shooting. And so they'll be going into post-production pretty soon. So
Makes sense.
yep. So it's good to get an update on that.
Yeah, it's finally. Well, I thought this thing, from all the rumors we heard last year, this thing was already done and in the can. So how's this happening? If it's just wrapping at this point,
What was her heartfelt message? That I'm glad to be a part of the Star Wars
Yeah, she put it on,
family,
she also
so
did
that I
like a
can attend
sketch.
conventions and never go broke the rest of my life.
Yeah.
She did some sort of sketch that I couldn't get a good picture of, but it was a sketch that she kind of did on Twitter.
Nope. Jerome, we know that Cody was Obi-Wan's. What we were saying was the color. It's an
The
orange
color he
shell
was
with like
wearing.
stripes.
Orange.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, that's why I was
moving
confused
on.
about us. That wasn't Ahsoka's troops that were orange.
But
This week we got the lengths of the 6 episodes that are coming out this Wednesday for Tales of the Jedi. And so they range from about 12 to 15 minutes. I think one of them is a little bit longer, one of them is a little bit shorter, but we're doing about, a typical half episode length for each of these.
I would hope that the one thing I hope they do that Star Wars doesn't do that some of other Disney and some of Netflix does is like, I wish they'd give you the skip button and then it would skip right. It'd move right into the beginning of the episode, not like the pre-screen or a second skip or whatever. So if you were, because, obviously we're going to try to binge these. If you were to binge them, you could just binge straight and make it one episode. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering, what do you guys think about the episode length?
Hey, nobody that draws. What'd you say? Link?
I said, what do you think about the lengths of the episodes? You think it's disappointed? You wish it was longer?
It's what I expected. Maybe 8 to 10 minutes.
Isn't that what we said? What time is it over there? Nobody that draws. He's over in Japan.
Yeah. Thank you.
I don't know if it's early or late.
I'm sorry. So Dom, are you just Dom? Tell us why. Tell us.
We're getting this, and we're hyped for this. For them to be that short of episodes, and there's only 6. We're gonna binge the whole thing 1, 2, 3, and then we're gonna want more because.
No, but I think that
obviously, I know they're shorts, but it's still.
But this is what it's hard to say. This is what I think we've kind of been telling you, Dom, is like we've known it's been shorts, and you kept telling us no, they're going to do this and they're going to do that, and then.
No, but I actually think that every year we're going to have a new 6-episode arc of different things.
That'd be cool as hell. Yeah, to throw in. I mean, we're in the middle. Hold on. We're in the middle of a season of a show that's pretty damn good. Sorry, Jedi, go ahead. Did you have something?
No. You normally say timeout.
Oh yeah, timeout.
You threw me with the whole on.
Sorry. Timeout. Now listen. We're literally in the middle. We're in the middle of a pretty damn good show they're giving us right now. And in the middle of that, they're saying, hey, look, we're going to sprinkle in something that Jedi Johnson's not going to completely hate because it's not in Japanese subtitles, right? So they're giving us something pretty damn quality in between of characters who I must say, I think all of us are pretty happy about. Ahsoka, anybody disappointed about finding out more about Ahsoka?
We're just anybody disappointed about finding Ahsoka stuff now coming out?
What?
Now so we have a lot of baby stuff of Ahsoka coming out to team up.
Sure. No, stop. Any Ahsoka. Anybody disappointed? No.
Oh,
okay.
Oops. Nope.
Eddie Dooku, another great story that they've cut. I mean, we see Jedi Lost. It's great. They keep bringing in. Anybody up disappointed about that? So it's literally like you're getting your birthday party, and then at the end of the birthday party, the stripper's popping out of the cake, and you're going, hey, the stripper wasn't there.
I think what Dom is saying,
like, what are we doing, guys? What are we doing?
I think what Dom is saying is he wants more Ahsoka. He wants a longer lap dance from these strippers popping up out of the birthday cake. I think that's
am I wrong? Come on.
No, I know, but like what I'm saying is that at some point there's a point of overindulgence, right? Like they're giving us all this good stuff. We can't complain they don't give us enough, and then they give us they literally throw the cherry on top, and we're going, the cherry's not big enough. We should have got 2 cherries. No, be happy with this. This is amazing. Yeah, I'm excited.
What's better? A medium amount of really good pizza or all you can eat pretty good pizza?
That's true. I don't want to catch anything, man. I'm good.
Sorry,
no sex
Michael
in the
Scott isn't for you. But seriously, wouldn't you rather have really good content as opposed to drawn out CW shows that are 26 episodes that don't need to be 26 episodes for a season? Like, God damn it, you can't get this bad guy by now. Like, wrap it up, guys. Wrap it up.
Yeah, I mean, we've had some real dud. I mean, mediocre at best stuff that's come out over the last couple of years. Like this doesn't. I rather have a little bit of quality than I get it. Everybody sees like a 60-pound steak and they're like, that's amazing. Right. But when you have Wagyu, you're like, dude, 8 ounces is all you need. 6 ounces is really damn good, bro. Like, you know what I mean? It really is.
Sometimes you might want the old 96er though.
No.
Jedi, you were going to say something.
Go ahead, Jedi.
Well, we've shifted away from the all-you-can-eat pizza. So, I mean, I had a little objection about the pizza analogy that Pete used, but that's all right.
What was the objection?
All you can eat.
All-you-can-eat buffet.
All right, let's keep going.
All right.
All right, then you can go eat at Chichio's Pizza by yourself because I ain't going there.
Oh boy.
AOA talking about it where they got 90-year-old strippers over in Florida, and he's talking about Michigan strippers. Please,
damn,
dude.
So
yeah, I mean, what's the name of that place in Florida? The whole little town village thing. It's called the Village. Yeah. Anyway,
hey, listen,
you got the Village in your straight.
If you got cougars for a certain age, and then you got
that ain't cougars. That's grandparents.
And then you move up. When you get to like 90 years old, let's say, but 2 tigers.
Yeah. That's these two tigers. All right, go up. Let's go. Move on from strippers.
Yeah, come on. So we got released on Friday the soundtrack from the first 4 episodes, which includes the viral club beat from the beginning opening scene. So if you want to download the soundtrack from Andor Part 1, you are able to download it now.
So, and this is something I meant to bring up. I actually wanted to bring this up one time before, and I forgot when we were talking about Andor. The soundtrack to Andor, does it remind anybody else of like John Carpenter's kind of music?
A little bit.
The old like Prince of Darkness. No, just me. Okay.
Hey, sorry.
Maybe I have to listen to it again. I think I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I love the soundtrack. I don't know if it gives me that vibe, but it's good. All right, keep on moving. So on Twitter, Star Wars fans and everybody who's played a role in Star Wars this week celebrated Carrie Fisher's 66th birthday with quite a few tweets everywhere. So
Order 66.
Yep, Order 66. Yep.
I don't get this, so I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut.
All right. Yeah. So that was the big thing for her birthday.
You might get the Order 66 of them.
I don't get how you have a birthday when you're dead. Like, how are we going to celebrate when she's 200?
Yeah. They're going to keep celebrating.
I mean, she's dead, but she's been dead for a couple of years. Like, it ain't like she just died this year. Huh?
6 years.
She's been dead for 6 years. We celebrating her.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's celebrations with Jack Kirby.
We celebrate dead presidents' birthdays for a long time. So
not their 66th birthday. No, she's dead. You can't.
I don't disagree with you. I think it would instead of like hey, it's her 66th birthday.
We celebrate.
It would have been her 66th birthday.
Would have been.
When it's like when we celebrate President's Day or whatever, we don't go, hey, it would have been Washington's 353rd birthday. Fuck no, we don't do that shit.
But they actually celebrate Independence Day, and you celebrate there's birthdays for everything.
Yeah, fucking Independence Day, because we don't have to eat fish and chips and say something about some fucking shitty ass queen. Yeah, I'm all down for Independence Day, motherfucker. I'm saying you die, you stop having birthdays. Actually, you pass the age 12, you better not be celebrating birthdays. You're too old for that shit. Okay.
12?
Huh? Yeah, 12. You're lucky if you get it to 12. Yes, agreed.
Come on.
What are you talking about?
Your kids are gonna hate you.
No, they'll be fine. No,
they won't.
Kids, have you seen my kids? My kids are the spoiledest ass kids you've ever seen.
Yeah, they're walked into
the 13. Walked into Motor City and they were like, boom, free trip.
So we'll give this one a pass because it is her 66th birthday. But if we celebrate her 67th birthday,
exactly. I think that's why.
It's not her 66th birthday. She's dead.
All right.
Not her.
Okay. Point taken.
All right.
She would have been 66.
She would have been 66.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And realistically, it is still her 66th birthday. She's just not 66 because she's passed, but it is still her birthday, and it's still 66 years later. It's just she's not 66 because she's not here to keep counting.
You really want to get into numbers?
Oh my god! You cannot have a 66th birthday if you're not 66. If you're not here,
there you go.
It's not.
Let's go. What's this now?
You're misinterpreting what I'm saying. I said I didn't want to get into it. It's not the person. It's the event.
The numbers. It's all about a number game.
Yeah, that's all. Numbers. Just like the Independence Day, it's a date. It's a reference of a date. It's not for the person.
666. There you go. The mark of the beast.
No.
All right. We're gonna move on from that one. So
please do.
The big news in Star Wars production and everything like that is Michelle. I'm not going to pronounce her last name. She stepped down. She was the senior vice president, and now she wants to go to a role of being producer for Lucasfilm and Disney. And Michelle was what everybody thought was going to be Kennedy's replacement. So interesting to see her step down. Don't know that story, but there's got to be one there.
I actually still think there's a lot of shakeups going on in Lucasfilm. There might be a lot of changes coming up in the year to come.
How old is this? She looks pretty young. How old is this picture?
No,
is
she's
this
not.
picture taken back in 77 or something?
She ain't that young.
I think she's really young.
Yeah.
I think she's really young.
Is she young?
I guess it's relative. What's young? What are we saying by young? Younger than Jedi or younger than us?
Senior vice president at Lucasfilm.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, if she's one step below what's her name, then I would have thought she would have been older, but she looks young. So I don't know. Completely irrelevant to the story, I guess. But she looks young.
All right, we'll keep moving. So we had an interview this week with our favorite.
We just booed that.
What? I don't know. My dog was howling, I think.
And the article was asked, somebody was asking him on a Star Wars podcast, will your Star Wars trilogy still happen? And his answer is, God, I hope so. And so just reaffirmed what we've been talking about before. It's all a matter of scheduling, and it's fully committed to making this a reality. So
cool.
So what were you guys saying in pre-show about this? That if he does something that's completely independent of everything Star Wars as we know it, it will be a success. But if he so much as touches the Star Wars that we know, it's going to suck.
Well, I'm thinking that, he is a good director. He has some outstanding projects that he's done. You give anybody a clear canvas and give them something to do, just to put out there.
But how do you give somebody a clear canvas in Star Wars? I mean, so it's going to be like a long time ago in the galaxy next door to the.
No, it's the fact is that if you stay away from the Skywalker, just like a brand new story.
Everybody should stay away from the Skywalker.
By the way,
there's wars everywhere. You have different tribes, different things going on. You could do a story about a Jedi lost in space somewhere that, he didn't know what was going on with Order 66. You could do crazy stuff,
Here's the thing, though. Like, when people like Sam are like, oh, he killed Luke. You do know that it wasn't up to him to kill Luke. You understand when they were doing these, it was Han's going to die, Luke's going to die, Leia's going to die. They did say that before it. Everybody fucking knew. If you're a Star Wars fan, you knew three things for sure were going to happen. Han was going to die, then fucking Luke was going to die, and then Leia was going to die. That was the only three things you knew was going to happen. He didn't kill Luke Skywalker. You know who did? George Lucas. George Lucas killed Luke Skywalker. So if you have a problem, take it up with George Lucas. Yeah. I don't know. I just the amount.
Yeah.
The amount of.
No, I'd be thrilled to see a movie.
I think if you do give him the ability to not get pigeonholed between the sequel was a mess because of how they tried to do it. It works well with television, but you should never have tried to do 6 different directors, 8 different writers, and 4 different storylines. It just does not work. It doesn't make sense. Especially in a trilogy, it does not work. So yeah. That's it. I mean, it was a mess. The whole thing was a fucking mess. I'm not an apologist. I say the whole thing's a mess. I've always said that. It's a mess. So
let him direct some High Republic movies then. That way he
sure. High Republic or anything else. Like, I don't think once again, you do forget, I'm the guy that always says, do not get away from the style. Nobody should be touching Skywalker Saga. There should be no more Skywalker Saga. Leave him alone. Get away from him. No more Vader. I don't want to see Obi-Wan.
Like something 100 years in the future. 100 years in the future, something different.
I don't want to see Obi-Wan. I don't want to see Darth Vader, Leia, Luke, Han, Chewie. No, I guess maybe Chewie because he's a bazillion years old. If you want to do outside characters that are around during that time, fine. You can do that side stories. But I do not want you ever touching the original trilogies or the original 6, as George calls it, or the original 9 apparently now, which I don't think is the original trilogy.
To me, it's a lot like Gilroy. Gilroy doesn't know Star Wars. Like, that's not really Gilroy's passion, is in Star Wars. But Gilroy wants to do a good story, and he has characters that he helped mold with Andor, and he's doing a great job with it. If you gave Gilroy any of these Skywalker Saga stuff, I think he would butcher it because that's just not his passion.
He would. It would be the same thing. If you get look, I mean, Abrams sucks, but like it also wasn't fair what they did to him either. I mean, part of it was his own issue, but we're not going to rehash all that. Yeah. So I think if you put any of these, I mean, besides him, who literally said, no, I want to make the exact movie my kids would see that I saw in the theaters, That's a problem. When you say that, I have a problem with it. I don't. If you want the same feeling, fine. If you want to make the exact same movie, I do have an issue with that. But you see that with a lot of these people, like the Solo movie when you had Opie Taylor make it. You know what I mean? Like he did something a little bit different in there
Opie
too.
Taylor.
Isn't that who they did it?
Opie Cunningham.
Opie Cunningham.
Ron Howard. Yeah, we know
Ron
Howard.
Yeah. But I mean, that's you got to see different stuff, and then you got to see. It's always worked at Star Wars when you've tried to switch away from the Skywalker saga. So
poor Ron Howard. He's always going to be Opie. He's
always.
I think it was Richard Cunningham.
Yeah, I think it was Richie Cunningham.
Richie.
Personally.
You think? I really? I think it was Opie.
I didn't watch. What was it?
Happy Days.
Andy Griffith.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't my thing. Watched some Gomer Pyle.
It was good.
Yeah, Gomer Pyle. F Troop.
Yeah, a little.
Keep going with the news because it's 25 minutes in and Jedi's got to eat dinner.
All right, so we got some Star Wars Eclipse news. Nothing really important here, but this is the news of the week for it. It's going to introduce a new race and focus on a political conflict, which is every Star Wars story ever.
I thought we were never getting this.
It got to a new developer, so I think I think we will someday get it. But that's all they've said. They've given us. It's been a year, and now we know it's going to be a new race and a political conflict. Which, yeah, great. That's it. And we did get a cover reveal for Edge of Balance Precedent. It's not going to be Volume 3 because it's going back in time. But the synopsis leaves us wondering if Arco there is going to end up being the key to defeating the Nihil centuries later.
It's not going to be Volume 3?
No, because it's going to be Volume 3. This is like Volume 0.
It can't be.
Because it's before Volume 1 and 2.
That's not how that works. That's not how that works.
Well, that's why they're calling it Precedent instead of Volume.
This is
like a Wizard 1/2 issue.
Oh, this is fucking stupid. All right.
Is that a mech behind them? What is that shadow?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah.
It's a Gundam?
I don't know what. It's got to be some sort of Nile type picture. I don't know.
Maybe it's that dude in that.
That's Kiwi. That's not
freaking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle suit.
Oh.
The Krang. The Krang. What is it?
Oh, Krang?
Krang suit.
And that is the week in Star Wars.
Okay, well, there's a lot of bullshit going on this week. Good stuff. All right. Speaking of that, we've got the comic review of Darth Vader 28. See why Jedi's here. I don't know why he's here because he can't still be trying to shill this book, but he is. All right. So they just give us a recap of what happened in the last book. And then Vader was just a nightmare and he breaks his tube, apparently. Okay. And then she's like, hey, are you going to kill me? And he's pretty much like, nope, not gonna. Okay. He comes in. He throws this purple guy around. The Emperor's there. He's like, you aren't actually going to kill me. Darth Vader brought you to me because I'm going to kill you, but I'm not going to kill you. Let's see if you can fight. And then they just start shooting purple discs at her. Okay, Jedi, have I covered it so far well?
Yeah. I think you did.
Do we know that they could shoot purple discs out of those?
We did not know that, I don't think.
This is a new thing. This is just something.
Maybe that's stun. We never seen the stun.
So they start shooting.
Sabe was clever the way she ran around behind the Emperor.
Holy
and then his dumb guards even tried to shoot him after she went behind him.
This is why, like, how is the Emperor supposed to be this guy that's conniving and knew everything that was going to happen, yet he couldn't figure out that letting her run around was going to have his guards shoot at him, and he had to have to shock him to death. They do make him look like an imbecile.
And did the Emperor always shoot out lasers like proton packs, like the Ghostbusters? Like he's
he has electricity. He has the
foo 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 shrank foo foo foo. I love the sound effects on this book, though.
I like that one picture of the Emperor. It's kind of at the bottom right of the slide there. I can't read what he's saying, but it was almost something like
with the come hither eyes.
Why do you hate me? I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
What he was saying.
But now you want to kill. You want to kill him, but now you want to kill me. That's what he said.
And he kind of looks at it. The kind of look is
now
like,
you want to kill me? Why? And I think he does say why. And it's like, all right. So he's like, you're a killing machine, and you've just been used wrong. Padme should have let you loose, and now you're going to go with Vader on a mission. They go to the poo gas planet of what the hell is the name of this planet? Dooku Minor.
It's from Clone Wars, right?
Yep. And it's got gas just blowing up everywhere. Mutant centipedes attack them. Vader, of course, just pulls out the lightsaber and starts whacking them. They found these two guys out there that were like antagonizing, and they found a bunch of dead bodies, and they don't seem to really give a shit. And at that point, they kill those guys too. I didn't show that.
Oh, geez.
Whatever. So then they have a little chat. We switch over to Ochi, and then the part got very confusing because of how Vader started off in this run. What?
No, go ahead. You're doing
this
great.
didn't get confusing, Jedi?
Huh?
You said this part's so good?
Well, the last panel is, yeah, you guys know why I think the last
So they
panel is
wrapped up Ochi, and everybody knew who this was. Big surprise. It's some of the handmaidens, kind of.
Oh, I thought
I know,
it was
but do we forget how Darth Vader 5 or 6 was? Didn't she say they were all dead, and didn't he kill 3 of them or something?
I don't remember that. Did he?
I don't know.
I have to go back and look.
Jedi,
but I do have a
this
question here.
good? Like, why?
I like the handmaidens.
Horrible.
Because you guys know, because it's about Sabe, and she's one of my favorite characters, and they're letting her continue. The Emperor didn't kill her, and she's continuing, and now we're going to get all the handmaidens are going to join up. It's going to be like Charlie's Angels on hyperspace steroids.
Not really. Sometimes,
If they called this comic Sabe and the Handmaidens, I would understand it. But this is Vader.
I thought half
this
these.
is like
I don't
the worst Vader
I thought
story
Vader was in this comic.
What?
Was
If you
Vader
want to
in the
buy
comic?
Sabe and the Handmaidens comic, then buy Sabe and the Handmaidens comic. But like we're at the time here before Vader's about to like betray Palpatine.
So what do you want? You want just a comic of Vader sitting around clipping his toenails? What do you want? He's got to have some other
I want to see
people
what
in
he's
there.
doing. I don't want to like hanging out with Sabe the whole time and just like making Sabe like this cool character and making Vader.
Hey, hold on. This
Like,
storyline.
hi, Anakin.
This
Hi,
storyline
angels.
didn't make sense at one point. At one point, when they were like, "Oh, he's having these premonitions, and maybe he'll actually attack the Empire," but like when that didn't happen, then I agree. Like, what the fuck is going? Like, I read this book, going like, "Okay, cool. Jedi's gonna be on. He's gonna love this book." And then I was reading, I was like, "Oh shit! What the? Wait, what? Wait, I'm sorry."
So like the last book, the Emperor tries to kill Vader. We don't even know why the Emperor tried to kill Vader. Vader doesn't even care why the Emperor
He
tries
did
to
toss
kill him.
one through the wall.
That's been going on since Vader Inception. That's been going on since Vader was created. The Emperor's been trying to kill him.
At some point, something new's got to happen. Like Vader's got to get pissed off,
or we got to move
like,
on.
Oh
from
yeah,
Vader.
he's trying to kill me again. No big deal.
I think it's about time we move on from Vader. To be honest with you, take at least a hiatus.
But you can't say that why the handmaidens, because I mean the handmaidens they haven't been around. It's not like we're seeing the handmaidens in every freaking Star Wars comic that comes out. Why not?
But these aren't like the handmaidens. Isn't this the B squad, the hot squad she hired after she was
I don't know
queen?
because we haven't seen any names associated with these handmaidens.
Well, isn't this is the one? There's the one that's no longer, that's not a, or that is it? I can't remember. The one of them is a transsexual, right? It is.
That one came. There was a lesbian handmaiden. She was one of the original handmaidens.
No, she's dead.
And then the gender fluid handmaiden came in the last.
And that's the one with. Is that that's the one with the blonde?
Novel.
It's the one with the blonde hair, right?
I don't remember what.
She's the one
You guys know what the problem is? It's issue 28. The other 2 volumes ended after 25. Why are they still rolling?
Why are they still
with
going?
volume 3?
Hey, cheers to that shit.
It's because
the third.
Well, I had a question that I mean, Marco actually brought up a good point, and it could be the answer to my question. If these are not the original handmaidens, which we don't know yet, I guess, right? My question was, and this is going to kind of harken back a week ago to where Marco and Pete had the discussion about Santa Staros.
Mm-hmm.
Is, are we looking at a first full appearance of the handmaidens? Because if you go back through the comics of Phantom Menace, they had some appearances, but they were not substantial appearances. So are we about to see a first full appearance of the handmaidens?
But
this is
as I said 2 weeks ago with Sanson, 0 fucks given.
Here's my other question. Every other senator queen from that planet do we have like dozens of these handmaidens that just don't go away? Like, are there like new sets of backups for every one of these queens? Because they don't last long. Queens for what? For a few years. We're decades into it. How many crews of handmaidens are now out of work?
None of them had the relationship that we know of. None had the relationship that these did with their boss.
And you must not have read the last Handmaiden book because they explain this subset second crew.
I get that, but it's been how many years has she been dead by now? Like, come on now. They don't need to have more and more handmaidens.
But look, if you really think about it,
how old's Luke?
They're digging and finding new characters and trying to make the Star Wars build the universe bigger with characters.
This is not building it bigger.
I know, but
this is shrinking.
It's just
Jedi,
and there was just some really bad writing. Like, you're no longer Queen Shadow, now you're just Shadow. Like, that was a line in here. Like,
yeah, that was an Easter egg, I guess. Yeah,
come on,
you want to kill him, now you want to kill me. Why? That
I don't know.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Next week we got Aphra. I'm not saying I've read this book already, but if I had, that Sith Lord thing shows up and some other stuff happens. But I actually really like. I know JJ poo-poos and hates it all the time, but I do like the story arc with the mimic thing, the Iron Man thing. Yeah. The Eternal thing. I'm actually, it kind of gets a little disappointing in the next book, but hopefully the next one after that's good. So, this is a read. I still like it. I still think it's one of the better titles. All right, next up, and we still got more handmaidens because now they're going to be hunting Padme, and there we go. Cool.
I actually like that cover.
We got Watto from the the Mechanics clan or whatever it is.
That's one with what's his face that had this guy
Watto Tung or whatever his name is. Echo in the middle.
Yeah, the one in the middle. You mean?
Yep. Right. So that's interesting.
Which cover do you like, Don?
I like the first cover on the left hand side. We have Sabe against the wall, and you have maidens and Vader's face. I like that. I like that cover.
Yeah, that was all right. I think Vader's mask is kind of drawn a little weird there, but yeah, I like the concept. Yeah.
All right. Well.
Actually, it's a pretty cool concept. It's been used before in other books too. All these books.
Okay, then we've got the book that proved that I guess we are right and Dom was wrong. The bounty hunter has the first one of Ian, the chick from what's it called? The squad.
Inferno Squad.
Yeah,
Battlefront.
Squad. Spoiler alert. I think we saw her on a cover for one of the Revelations covers, and at that point, that was months ago, and at that point we said, bet she's going to be in Revelations. Dom said, you don't think she's going to be in Bounty Hunters? We said, our usual, Dom, come on, what are you talking about? Of course you're not. For some reason. Well, it turns out that, I guess JJ and me and whoever else was in there were right. She didn't show up in here, which is kind of cool, because that gives us the link to Alphabet Squad 2, which me and JJ really love Alphabet Squad. And Wayseeker tells us we're clowns because Inferno Squad is way better than Alphabet Squad. Either way, we will be having a special Star Wars where for all you people that haven't read Inferno Squad, we are giving you 2 weeks to read Inferno Squad, and then we will be reviewing Inferno Squad as a separate piece to the Star show, kind of like Wayseeker and myself did that little add-on if you haven't seen it on Renovision. Is that right, Wayseeker? Is that what you and JJ want to do?
How we're going to do it, but we are.
Well, there we go. That's how we're going to do it.
Out. We're going to do it on.
So, Jedi, for some of the books that you haven't read for On Trilogy, we will be having that new option for people. So we will have a book reading club. Oprah did it. She is rich and famous now. We are hoping to be not as broke as we are and half as famous. So we will be having the Star Wars reading club.
We're gonna make sure JJ's available. So we'll work on JJ's schedule too, because JJ loved Inferno.
Just tell us too if you guys want. Watt Tombar. Thank you. Yes, Darth. Sorry,
like Jeffrey Tambor?
No, Watto Tombar. That's the guy who's on the cover in the middle, the metal guy from the Watto Bar. Yeah, there you go. Watto Bar. All right. Either way, the other covers on these are pretty dope. I guess there's Momoka with a skull head. What the fuck is that? Okay, whatever.
That's not my favorite. I like the other covers, but not
that's
Momoka.
B. C. Wait, no, that's C. B is the Hitch, which has got Padme, we assume it's Padme with 2 lightsabers in it in Vader's thing. Pretty cool.
Yeah, Vader's mask looks a little weird.
Yeah, it looks weird, but still, I think that's pretty
Solid.
cool. And then the 1 in 50, the Chang variant, which has got, it's a boss cover, so I will be buying it. It's also got Danger in it, which is also a rare cover.
There's also another cover that we haven't seen anything about. I mean, it was the one that was revealed at NYCC with Vader and Web of Bosch. So
yeah, it is. Yep, that covers there too. You are right. The Web of Bosch.
I haven't even seen where you can order that one yet. But they revealed it at
It's
Comic-Con.
probably gonna be a throw in. It's probably
so I don't know if that's going to be the second print and they already have it revealed or what. But there is another cover that they have shown us.
Yes.
And by the end of that,
the last time we saw. Okay.
When's the last time we saw what?
I was just wondering. It just popped into my head. When's the last time we saw a 1 in 100 or greater ratio from Star Wars? It's been a while, right? Seems like.
Well, we're going to get one right here.
We just had one with Mandalorian.
Which one?
Is that what that is? Is it one of the chunks of 1 in 100?
No. The next book you're looking at. But no.
Yeah. The chunks of 50.
You're right. You're right, Dom. We just had a 1 in 100 in the Star Wars Mando 4. Is that right?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, did we? Okay.
I have it over there somewhere.
Hopefully, you didn't pay ratio.
Okay. Next up is the Yodas. More Yodas. A virgin Yoda. I hate this that they're doing this virgin thing, don't you?
I do.
Just don't give us the trade dress and the virgin. Just
cool. The virgin cover. It's like you can put it in a frame.
Right. Hey, what's going on, Ryan? But
yeah, you can get an art print then.
But
like,
just give us.
It's just lazy to me.
Well, just give us the one or the other. Don't give us both. Yoda, Kamilukani, Yoda. This is probably the baddest Yoda there.
I like that cover.
This one's badass. And what is this one? Wayseeker, do you remember the ratio number on this?
No. I don't remember. There's 1 in 10, which is the. But I don't think that was maybe
$5.
This is high. This is a high ass ratio, I think. Because
the movie one's usually.
Is that the big one? Is that the 1 in 100?
It might be. It's badass as shit though.
That's the original Yoda with the snake when you bought the Kenner toy.
The orange snake.
So this is taking place in the High Republic, the first 3, I believe, the Kevin Scott portion, and it's supposed to take place between Phase 1 and Phase 2. So,
which all they did was show stuff from Dagobah during. Never mind. During Empire and Jedi, but that's all right. Whatever. That's awesome.
So we don't know much about that title.
No.
I'll be interested to see how the direction goes.
Wasn't it supposed to be a gap area between? Wasn't he supposed to be in the time in between Order 66 and A New Hope, where he was training by himself on Dagobah and then having reminiscence of the High Republic? Isn't that what the?
I think the first arc is that because there's a different writer. Scott's not writing all of them. He's just writing the High Republic arc, I believe. So.
Yeah, I know, but isn't that what this arc is supposed to be?
Yeah. Right.
Okay, cool. And then we have, we were right. They're going to come out with 2 variants for the second printings or whatever. And they're going to do an interior art for Visions. But what did they do? Did they choose the right one?
Not according to you.
Well, I just, 100% thought they chose the wrong one.
It's cool.
Not to mention he was on the A cover. Well, this is the thing. He's on the A cover. So now, do you think people are going to... I mean, I think there's been a hit all for the second print or first appearance on third prints or whatever they want to call it nowadays. But do you think that they are going to... Because that was the A cover. The A cover did sell faster maybe than the B cover did. And he was the Ronin was on the A cover. And technically... That's the first appearance on the cover for the Shogun, because that's his hand and his hair and part of his face.
Do you think this
Dom is that his first appearance on the cover?
That's his first appearance. That's the first appearance of the Mace Windu variant. Yes,
that's the first appearance on a cover of the. Okay.
Well, now, do you think this cover is going to be a wraparound cover?
No.
How cool would that be? If it is.
Still less cool than if they did all the Sith on the cover.
I know, that would have been cool. Maybe that might be the third printing.
How many printings are we getting of Visions? We're not getting it.
Don't start it on the first appearance of the card. That's just gonna.
I know.
I'm irritated.
Pete, I know, but Pete, he didn't say it. He didn't say it. Pete,
I know.
He usually cuts me off.
Well, I'm also thinking
that's the first appearance of the purple.
Huh? A certain 10 list that had a book that was the first appearance on the cover. I was like, why that book and not the actual first appearance?
But imagine, I asked last time the book was coming out. Wasn't Ronin in a manga book prior?
We've already answered this 100 times.
Yes.
Yeah. So
there's a novel with him out. There's a
novel. Yeah, the novel.
There's a manga. There's another manga come out. Yes, that's true. Yep.
And this is also still a one shot, and they're probably not going to do any more stories because this is just the patch in to a combination of one of those stories. So,
but with the success of this selling, because people are really on this now.
I was surprised. Hey, listen, man. I said what I thought. I thought it would be good for me, but I didn't think everybody was going to like it. And I actually think this is a book that got. I mean, if you look even at the price and how it participated going up, it seems like it's a book that was liked on merit more than first appearances. Can we agree on that?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
So that under that Don, do we agree on that?
Yeah.
So under that guise, does that mean that we're going to get less reprints or second prints or reprints? That's what they are.
Well, if they keep selling them, they'll keep making them.
Yep.
I agree, but what I'm saying is, like, since most people did go out there and get it for the reading aspect of it, and it's a one shot and not an ongoing.
How many copies were made? Do you know?
Ronin?
Like, was it they didn't make that many? What do you think?
Oh no, they made a decent amount.
Yeah, like, probably made plenty.
Yeah, like I said, like at that con, it took like 2 days for it to sell out, but it was mainly people reading it at the LCS. They were still had them there on the Monday. You know, and there was a decent amount. There was a decent amount of these. There was no ratio, so it wasn't an overbuying. Was there not? But they had a New York Comic Con exclusive on this, so there was extra prints going on with that.
That also could be keeping his profile up because that book is.
Yeah, that book's very expensive right now. Did they also have did they have store exclusives on this book?
There was one store exclusive. Yeah, there's
only one.
There's 2 exclusives total.
So I mean, obviously, it's going to be less than. I mean, it's going to be less than a regular title, but
yeah.
Is it going to be more than Star Wars Adventures High Republic? Yeah.
Well, you also got to figure if there are also no incentives, as it didn't have, there's less impulse for shops to order. Well, we got to order 25 just so we can get one of the. You know what I mean? Yeah. So they could say, "Well, let's just get 10 or 12 because."
The NYC is just a version of the A cover, Joe. That is right.
Now, you think? Oh, sorry.
I'll wait for the 10th print. I don't know if it's going to get that high.
No, it's not. I think 4 prints. I think 4 prints tops.
Okay, GK. You think 4 prints? I think it's way too many.
I think it's too many.
Yeah, I think this is gonna. We'll see what happens here.
I think one more. I think they might do one more.
But Dom, I do think we'll get more stories. Maybe there'd be more one shots.
I think there'll be more one shots. I think with the success of other characters, we'll get like one shots here and there because.
Wait, did you guys laugh at me when I said that? And then you guys said that there was going to be Boba Fett playing a guitar. I said, just you watch. And then you guys still laughed at me.
We're just making fun of the bad ones.
Oh, okay.
Well, look, the Ninth Jedi was a really good story too, as well too. Yeah. That had a really cool.
All right, well, good seeing you, Jedi. Well, yes, see you later.
Yeah, he hates this Vision stuff. Did you read this book at all, though, Jedi? Did you read the Visions book or look at it?
Nope.
It was pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I thought
it ain't canon. It's not canon.
Okay.
I don't care.
Well, listen, you know what the funny thing is? It's basically, you would think that Marvel and Lucasfilm wouldn't make anything out of canon now with all the stories. But now with the success of this, you might see other stories down the road with them not in canon.
Why would you change it if this is a success?
I mean,
no. I'm not saying
the other question is the one JJ asked this week in chat.
Yeah.
Are they going to bring these characters into canon? I think that's more likely. That they'll try to find a way to bring some of these characters into canon over time.
Successful. Yeah, that might not be.
Maybe. I think
where can Ronin fit?
I think they saved this though. I think you don't make more of this style. I think you take this as an opportunity to say, you know what? Let's put Star Wars in another situation. Let's make all Star Wars Westerns, and then try different genres, see what sticks. And if they do hit a dud, they can always go back to the ones people have been waiting for to get more of.
Yeah, you're right.
But since this is like, I guess what Dom was trying to get at too is like this isn't the first time we saw this guy, but it's a lot of people. But like, do you think because like there's an irrational uptick in second prints with a first appearance sometimes, you know what I mean?
Oh
They try to flood the market with it. I'm not quite sure we're going to get that irrational uptick in this because it seems more of a reader book than it does when you say it's a one shot and they already put everything out already, you know what I mean? It doesn't seem like Jedi, not my Star Wars, damn it. It doesn't seem like we're going to get that many. So you could start taking those and there is no variance for like, they're not doing a variant for this cover. And even like when, you hear an uptick in like Reddit and stuff like that, when you hear these second prints come out, I saw a lot of people saying, oh, cool, we already have that book. So like, like in the reader, not like I don't follow the whatever junk ones, but the like Star Wars fan reader, like what the buzz is, because there's all these buzz Reddits and stuff like that. Wayseeker, I know you're in a lot of those too. I mean, the buzz was around the story. So like when people were talking about it, it did seem like a lot of people had it for the story. The only thing that's the offsetting point about this is the 1 in 100, which is very interesting. So can
I ask you a question real quick? Do you think some idiot will take this, take a reprint and make it like a 1 in 50 or 1 in 100, like some of the other books, and do it with this?
You mean somebody's going to lie and say that they're only putting out 100
make the book like it's an extent, it's a second printing or third printing, and now it's a 1 in 50, like with the other Marvel books that they do and stuff like that.
No, I think after the second print, this book's done. Huh? I think if they open it up, for a third, that's what I'm saying. Like usually good storybooks, it's weird, but they don't like.
Well, the incentives are only done by Marvel. Are you talking about doing like a store exclusive to just do
it? That's what I think he's talking about.
You know what I'm trying to say,
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's an exclusive. They might try to capitalize in that way, but I don't think it would be a smart.
I don't think they will, because when we were talking to like most of the store guys that I talked about this were just like, meh, it's a one shot. So I mean, it would take somebody that's not, and there are those guys who are doing store exclusives are stretched right now. So like,
well, somebody will buy up a lot of the A covers, sprinkle them with glitter, and then sell them as some hot exclusive at a con.
Cat glitter, put a cat, draw a cat on it. Cat glitter, cat glitter. In Washington D.C. Crisis Peace, I hope they win it at all. Okay. Jerome says you bet your sweet ass that they will put it on there. Okay, so the second cover, is anybody excited about now? This is the difference. So like the Vision cover at least has the option of having a cool character on it. So yes, could go to third print. Do you see a lot of these the second print reprint covers for High Republic?
See, I like this. The concept covers when they do stuff like that
don't usually do well.
You do or you don't?
No, I do. No, I do like them.
Really? I don't like
the concept covers
on the cover.
With April O'Neil.
Well, Jedi's favorite bounty hunter was in the concept cover, second printing.
The colored one that they did of
that's what I'm saying. I didn't like
after they revealed that she could get her after Jack Johnson got all excited because he found out that she could dislocate her jaw. Yeah, sure, that character took off, right? And it was in color.
Yeah, I was going to say that's really the only concept cover that I can think of. That's
Ochi, right?
Well.
There's an Ochi one doesn't do good.
Ochi one doesn't do a lot for Marvel for the other.
And there's a Valance cover like that.
I think there's a Vader one as well.
There was a Vader one.
Yeah, Marvel does it a lot though. Like the superhero.
Yeah, they do a lot. I'm talking across Marvel for. And I think the Vision has a shot at 3. I don't think there's going to be a lot, but that's unfortunate because Wayseeker knows this. The second half of that High Republic book seems to be very important. If Wayseeker wants to go over it, he can.
But I don't know. Just watch the video. I mean, that we did on Thursday. The character that I would love to see on the cover is Olivia.
Yeah, I think both these covers really screwed up and missed it. And I think part of the reason why they missed, like why they're not going to go more than 3 is because like they had the opportunity to help the pumping and dumping with these books, right? They really did. If you put that Sith cover out with Visions, we're easily going for. If you ended up putting Olivia on this cover in any form, watch that video on Thursday. There's tons of forms you could put her on this cover. If you would have put her on this cover, going for. You know what I mean? I think these now are just diluting what Visions is and like the over ordering for these is going to be okay, but I don't think it's going to be huge like it was before. So
I still think we're going to third print for the High Republic, though.
I think we might get I think it might go into third print on both of them, but I don't think it's going to be like, a lot of times by the time the third print's out for solicitation, they're announcing a fourth print.
Do you think we'll get an Olivia cover on any of the other printings?
If they go, well, that's the only option. If they go third print Sith and third print of Olivia, we're getting 5.
I'm still wondering, why did they choose this for the second print? It looks like he's a grocer in the Star Wars universe. Like, do we really need to see the character design of a puffy quilted vest? Like, why?
I will tell you
why
that this.
You know what? Let's do this with the second.
I thought this was the back of the comic until when you guys were going through these slides earlier. I looked at this. I thought the blue. I thought that was the back cover of the Visions. I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
was
right. It looks like a back. That's where you put it on the back.
Huh. Yes, it's not good for me. I mean, that's it. I think they've made personally, I think they've made a bad choice on both these covers, but we'll see what happens on 3. If on 3,
my wondering is, did they think that there was High Republic was going to go 5, and so they could just toss away 2? Because sometimes when they have lots of printings, they toss away that second printing cover.
This is the problem, though. By the time 3 gets out to FOC, 3 for High Republic should be on the order.
What can I get you, pal? Corned beef. All right, I got you.
Yeah.
It works. Yeah, so I mean that's going to cause an issue because by the time 3 gets on there, 3 is going to get hot again. But I also think you're going to see a downturn. Like if they go 5 on Visions, like it's going to give a downturn to the actual price of the NYC book will start falling off. Because I think the NYC book will hold a little bit of that, and so will the first printing is on this. But if you start putting out 5 of these, especially if you do a Sith cover on 3. Yeah, I mean, it just dilutes the market. So, all right. Who looks like, get the fuck out of here, Jerome. You've never been to Detroit before. You're too scared. Wayseeker wanted us to put up this cover.
Dressed warmly. Huh? He's just dressed warmly. He's got a nice down vest that he wears under his robes, apparently.
We wear shirts and t-shirts till it's minus 30 degrees in the great state of Michigan. Thank you very much.
I'm scared to go to Detroit. I was telling Dom, I'm scared to go to New York too. I was telling Dom about that the other day.
Nah, don't be scared to go to New York City. New York City's great.
Terrified.
Yeah, we got nice people over here. Ask Dom. He's been here.
Yeah. Jedi, I'd be really interested to hear your thoughts on this one. But this one, I'm interested about this. They just gave us a cover for this is Star Wars 30. And as you see here from the little notes here, Luke and Leia, Chewie, Lando, Holdo, who we all want to be in every comic, they are going to go to no space. And so that was the place where the Nihil base was at one point, right?
They had that major ship that was out there where they met up with all the storm and everything, and they turned into the Great Hall for those people that don't.
So they're going into the unknown regions and it looks like we have some future version of maybe the Nihil, or maybe it's a vision of the past. I don't know, but they're trying to bring in again the High Republic storyline to the Luke storyline. So
why he says that is because if you look at its lightning bolts on the front, but this was like the original Eye of the Storm or the Storm cover. We do also, but we've seen in Star Wars before, Luke will have these weird flashbacks, like the first appearance of what's his name?
Elzar
Man. Yeah, Elzar Man is his name first name?
Yeah, that wasn't really a flashback.
20.
But okay.
Yeah, he had like that.
Well, it was a Jedi Force talking flash.
It was the planet's memory of Elzar. Yeah.
The planet's memory.
Well, was he dead? So that he's the past. He was in the past, but he was somehow talking.
Well,
Either way,
I don't want to go. We went through this months ago. It wasn't really Elzar, if you break it down. I know everybody's saying it was Elzar's first appearance, but it wasn't really Elzar. But I don't want to go through all that again.
Okay. Disagree on that one, but either way,
so we might maybe like World Mind.
We might get some
Richard Rider.
What's that?
Was it like World Mind Richard Rider? Really wasn't Richard Rider. It was a World Mind taking the,
Yeah, kind of. This is the thing with this though. It might be a new breakoff. Now they have spooked us before too with calling people Rose. Wayseeker brought this up. Star Wars 2002, number 7. There's a character named Ro that was somewhere in wild space, which is almost close to no space, and Tarkin called him a Ro, but he fucking did not look like a Ro at all. Right. And this might just be an off Splinter 2, but they do have lightning, and lightning means storm. So they could just be storm runners that were left over. We don't know. But maybe Star Wars will be exciting by number 30, because it sure as shit ain't exciting right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's either somebody pretending to be the Nihil, and so maybe that's what they're going to do. I don't know. The hard part for me to understand is why are they going to no space? Because no space was compromised. Do they go back there? Because we know that in the High Republic at the end of Phase 2, that's where all the Jedi go to catch Lorna D. So like no space isn't no space anymore.
Yeah.
And so that's the other thing.
Connect dots and stuff like that with the stories. And
either way, there's some whispers and stuff getting out against this book. We try to let you know when books get a little bit of whisper ahead of time so that you can plan accordingly.
Yep.
That's all we're going to say.
What's DTR stand for again?
Down the road.
Down the road. Okay. Yeah, I was like,
down the road. It is down the road. We'll let you know again.
Dom, turn right.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool shit if it was the Vong, but I don't think we're getting the Vong. God, I'd love it if that was it. All right, so that's our comic thing. Thank you for everybody who contributed to that. We appreciate it. Next up, we have got toys, which will. Next, we have toys, which we will fly through.
All right, listen, it's not going to be. We're not going to have a wide Ahsoka like we had Luke last week with the.
What the fuck is this
picture? So it's the those jumbo figures.
Oh, I was going to say, is this jumbo? Is it 3 3/4? I thought.
No, this is the jumbo 12-inch jumbo figures that they come out with all the figures before.
So this is
they're trying to make Ahsoka in Mandalorian look good by giving us this.
Yeah, so
but they base them off of the little guys though, right? And they blow them up.
It's based off that. Yeah, but
this is a larger action figure. So what you're telling me is they have a bigger canvas, but yet they somehow made it look less like Ahsoka. That's what I'm seeing out of it.
Yeah, because they blew up a 3 3/4 figure.
Yeah,
this looks like shit.
Like Ahsoka. That doesn't look like either Ahsoka. It doesn't look like Clone Wars Ahsoka or
people collect this stuff. Man. People collect these things.
I get they collect it, but they can make it look good. That's all I want.
People collected Beanie Babies. Don't mean they're good.
There's still people out there that get it.
Are you buying this, Dom? Did you buy this? Okay.
If it were Boba Fett, he would.
Yeah,
Dom.
Well, I have all the Boba Fett's, and I just picked up the Grand Admiral Thrawn I got from.
Dom, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say a statement. You don't have to answer, but wink once if it's yes, wink two if it's no. This looks like shit. Yep, he linked once. Okay, all right, fair.
Fucking like I'm nodding.
So Hasbro is having Star Wars Bring Home the Galaxy, like for Target and stuff like that, and GameStop. They have like all the different Star Wars things coming out. So they revealed the Clone Trooper Phase 2 helmet from Hasbro, which is actually pretty cool. I might pick it up. The helmet, it does look cool.
And
nice and sound.
Yeah, I can't wait to see you in your Boba Fett galoshes and mittens.
Well,
so on the Friday show, I asked Dom if he would buy the Rain Ensemble Boba Fett, and he told me if they made it in his size, he would buy it. He told me he would ride the New York City subway in his Boba Fett galoshes.
Nobody will kick my ass then. Nah, yeah.
I bet you could try to fight. What is it for? Is this for kids or no?
Well, we think it's for kids. Yeah,
I think it's for kids. They have like a scarf and a like a hoodie and boots and mittens.
They're missing the market if they aren't going to adults with this shit.
Yeah,
except for the mittens parts.
I've seen some grown ass fools wearing mittens, especially in New York. Those fools in New York will wear mittens.
They got the mittens that open up and has the fingers, which is pretty cool. I can go to the next slide. Here's the rest of it. They got a new Lego set coming out for the Razor Crest, which is actually pretty cool.
It's probably gonna be expensive as shit.
Probably is, I don't know the price of it, but
what's with the Furby?
What? Oh, the middle? That's not a Furby. They have like the babies. They're making babies of all the creatures, like all the alien races from Star Wars, and then I can bait like Grogu.
That's do they die? Do they have to take care of them, or what? Why do they have these?
They die if you don't take care of them.
For kids. They're trying to get kids to buy stuff.
But that don't look like an Ewok. We saw baby Ewok.
I know.
That's not what it looked like.
Your kid's bedroom one day, and there's just a skeleton with a loose foot.
Hey, you know what? It could be gummy bears. Gummy bears.
That would be even
Hey,
weirder.
if you're interested in those, again, we talked about that. If you're interested in these, just wait, and they'll be on the clearance rack at Walmart or your local Target. They will be.
They'll probably be in clearance. They'll be in the clearance section, but guess what? They'll sell their sell. You know, they're just trying to see what sticks.
That's not sticking. They know that's not sticking.
And then you have a nice little Vader with a Santa cape and candy cane ornament for the tree.
Where can you find that? People in chat want to know where you can buy that one.
You could probably get that. I think that's basically Walmart, or usually Walmart gets a lot of the ornaments.
Oh, I thought you said Target would probably end up getting those. Did you say?
Yeah, Target's also a plate that might have that too.
You know, maybe Target or Walmart. I'm sorry, I can't give you the exact, but just keep an eye out.
I love the way Vader is clutching that candy cane like he ain't giving it up.
That's what I do when Christmas time comes. I clutch the candy canes. They're mine. All right, you go to the next slide. So now for the 40th anniversary, they're doing another retro set, like the first few, the original, The Empire Strikes Back, now Return of the Jedi.
Oh,
and
I saw Lando on the shelf. He was the only one there.
Yeah,
and not the little, because these are little guys. It was the 6-inch one.
The unfortunate thing is that Lando will probably be a peg warmer yet again with the retro. And you got Han and Endor gear in the Endor cape jacket.
Yeah, that's like the worst camouflage in the world. Like, what does that blend in with?
Well, you know,
his jacket they gave Han, like that don't blend in with anything, Han.
Well, apparently, if you notice, it's a brown jacket. There's a green one too. I think there was two different versions of the jackets, and they're going with the version that was like the era that they changed. I don't know if I'm.
He looks like he's put on some weight too to me.
Like, no, he did. Well, remember Star Wars figures back in the '70s? There was no shapes to them.
So these are out already, right,
Are these for vintage? Or is this vintage collection?
The retro line.
Retro. But I think I saw these at my local Target already. So these are already out, or did Target screw up again?
Yeah, probably Target screwed up again. You go to the next slide. You got the Biker Scout and Princess Leia and Bolsh. Like I said, people who like the old line, the retro, if it's their cup of tea, they're gonna buy it. You get the different card. You got the cardboard looks all worn with the little 40th anniversary Return of the Jedi in the corner.
They got these bullshit with all this plastic, and they can't give us a window on Black Series, huh?
Nah.
Okay.
And I know we talked about this before, and Dom informed me that those stickers will come off. But why don't you put the sticker on the back?
You could take exactly. You could take the sticker off. You could try to get the sticker off, but they come off easy. So, and then you got the Emperor, and you have Luke Skywalker, Jedi Luke. In Jabba's palace.
So no new figures, then that they didn't put in the vintage line.
It's all just the original figures that were made.
But they also put in the vintage line, and then Forces had a bunch of these figures too. So,
and you got the next. And then last but not least,
I don't know who's buying retro. I really don't know who's buying retro.
The prototype editions that came out, you had a Vader, Boba Fett, a Stormtrooper, Chewbacca, then Luke in X-Wing gear. A new one is on the verge of coming out. We don't know what it is yet, but believe it or not, these figures I have never seen in Target. I had to order the Boba Fett's overseas when I got the Boba Fett. I
thought I mailed you.
No, you sent me. No, you sent me the Boba Fett. Yeah, but I've never seen these in store in person, like the Vaders. The Vaders never made it.
Okay, Vader was no. Vader did. Vader actually went on discount in Target.
No, he
People
did.
just weren't buying.
I saw one of them. I can't remember which one. I don't know if it was Vader.
But Boba Fett
expensive.
Now it is. Yeah, it's $100 fig. Yeah. But Boba Fett, I found in a Target for you. Actually, I found in multiple.
I know you found it in Target, but I've never seen it in a store. I've seen it at conventions, but I've never seen it in the store on the peg where I'll grab it.
You go a lot of Targets though?
Yeah, on the weekends with my in-laws.
Yeah, Vader went to discount. People passed on that for a while.
It's a unique thing. Like, I don't think they're bad. I don't think they're shit. They're kind of a cool concept. If you like them, the color schemes and stuff like that, pretty cool. But at the end of the day,
it's gonna be Slave Leia.
I wish.
No, I agree with Jerome. I think it's going to be a droid.
I think it's going to be C-3PO or R2-D2.
I think it's going to be
Jabba. Thank Yak Face
for this
graphic, by the way. Thank you, Yak Face.
R2 doesn't have enough pieces.
Now you know why it'll be C-3PO.
Yeah, that's why I think it's 3PO. But R2's only got the 2 legs.
Jedi's gonna have to go get them all. There's like maybe 6. You know, the fortunate thing is that
no, hold on.
But the fortunate thing is
that
that
original
Vader
line
had so many different combinations that Boba Fett only had 8 combinations and the Stormtrooper had 8 combinations. But Vader, if you ever wanted to complete the entire line with that figure, it's impossible. There's like over 3,000 variations.
Because of the lightsaber?
Yeah, the lightsaber, the colors of the each individual. It's just weird that they had so many.
He doesn't have
variants.
that. Oh.
But
all right, that's toys, right?
That is toys. Okay, we could get into Andor review, but Pete,
I didn't see it yet, so
he's going to leave. So we're going to get into this ranking that we've been pushing off for a month. What is our ranking? We're going to fly through ranking, then we're going to get to Andor.
I don't remember.
I'll explain it.
Okay. Yeah.
In light of Andor, the idea was which characters who are dead would you like to have a prequel story on before, like Andor was a story about him before he died and giving a backstory. So would you like to see a backstory TV show, not a book, not
the shorts like Ahsoka or Dooku,
a TV show
12-ish
on this character?
Mm-hmm. What Dom was asking for out of Tales.
That's what we're doing.
By the way, also
I was told it had to be a prequel. I was told it had to be.
Well, it's because they're dead characters. Characters got to be dead.
Well, I kind of wanted to see Han come back and haunt Kylo, but
you already did that.
Also, just quick housekeeping. True, yeah. We will be attending the Baltimore Comic-Con. I will be there Thursday. Dom, Pete will be coming. Actually, a lot of our friends are going to be there. Jen from Comic Book Women is coming down on Thursday too. Sleepy John will be there on Thursday. TJV, if you're an old school dude, you know who he is. He's coming on down. Pete will be there on Friday. Dom will be there on Friday. Wanted Comics is going to be. There's a whole ton of people that are going to be there. A lot of people from the community. It should be a fun time. I hope to not see any of you there. Besides that, Pete will be there, and he'll be more than happy to say.
Wait, how many days is the show? Was it 4 or 3 days?
Depends on who you are.
Okay.
The Diamond Summit's on Thursday.
Yeah, the Diamond Summit's on Thursday.
Oh, Steve Horn, great friend of the family of the show. He's going to be there. Yeah. So for some of us, it's for. I was going to go on Wednesday, but I can't get it. I don't. Yeah. I have kids.
I couldn't go. It was my son's birthday, so I couldn't go on his actual birthday and be at a Comic-Con. So
any Star Wars comics, the Diamond Summit?
There might be if we get a.
They'll have stuff, but aren't they mailing it? Like they're not going to have it on.
They're mailing. Okay, no. So this is what they're doing at Diamond this year. Nathan's gonna. Mark Nathan is.
Yeah, my buddy's going. That's why the guy I know.
Yeah, cool. It's really good that he. I'm glad that he did this. Mark Nathan's a good guy. This guy runs Baltimore.
I'm not going to be there, but Dom owes me a C-3PO sketch.
You might get one. Either way, they're bringing back Diamond Summit just for that. They're having the Ringo Awards there. It's a great time. The Diamond Summit is going to ship you, if you are a Diamond, a registered Diamond, you have an account. They're going to ship you it if you said you're going to be there, and then they're actually going to hand out a couple books. But your main shipment is going to come to your house, presumably the week after you go to the Diamond Summit. So that's the Diamond information on that. If you're in the chat and you want to meet up or hang out, let us know. Ruben will be in Texas. I won't be through though. Huh?
Thursday?
Maybe.
Okay. Either way. BK won't be there because we do know that his mom is the person that was in charge of Harry Potter and keeping him, the aunt that kept him under the stairs, and BK now took over that position. So he will not be there because he's not allowed out from underneath the stairs. However, he'll be there in spirit. Stick Boys might drive out there. We will see.
Dom's going to be waiting in line for Jim Lee to do a C-3PO sketch for Jedi.
Yeah.
It better be.
Mm-hmm. How about a McFarlane C-3PO? That'd be actually pretty cool.
He's not going to be there, though.
I know. I'm just saying.
Jim Lee will be there, though.
Oh, yeah.
She is a rock star. I did get that one right. Okay. Either way, let us know who you want to talk to or whatever, because one of us, not me, has a press pass, so maybe we'll do some interviews while we're there. Okay. Moving along.
I do.
Let's go.
I don't know what to do with it.
Leftover, are you going or what? What are you talking? What is Leftover talking about? Because if Zaggy's going, I might not go anymore. Good. I hope so, BK. I'll be looking forward to it. I'm not hard to find. Just ask around. Let's get into this. BK, if you're going though, let me know. We'll meet up, dude. You can. I'll take you out for a drink, bud. Mace Windu. So I actually want to see this? This probably
an easy one. Who wouldn't want to see?
Yeah. So we're S tiering, A tiering, B tiering, whatever, C D tiering. S tier for Mace. I think this is the one most Star Wars fans want to see. Is at least a pre-story of Mace Windu. Unfortunately, a lot of the new canon stories they've done with Mace Windu have not been good. It's been very shy, or he shows up and it looks weird, and it's not exactly, I think, what we're looking for. As much respect as they give to like a Dooku or to Ahsoka or really anybody, I do not feel they have given the same shine to Mace Windu. Where's the Mace Windu novel? You know what I mean? They really haven't given us that much. I don't know why they stay away from it. They have no problem dealing with all types of characters. Maybe they don't want a character that says bad motherfucker on his wallet, but I don't know, man. I think they should do a Mace Windu backstory. I think
it would sell really good if they did.
I just put it on the board. We're doing not where I think it should be. That's just I put it so we can move. Yep. It. That's not what I think.
This is a no-brainer for a TV show. This one would. Yeah, people would love to see it. It's an S for me.
SSS.
Yeah, but didn't they say there was something about maybe doing a young Mace Windu series?
Do you know that Jen's my cousin, BK? Mm-hmm. So I doubt she'll do that, buddy. What's that? What'd you say, Dom?
Wasn't there a rumor at one time about a young Mace Windu? Like Mace Windu was talking stories about they have a young somebody playing Mace Windu as a young Padawan with his master back.
Yeah, they don't even talk too much about his playing style, right? No, I don't know, Dom. If there was a rumor, I don't follow the rumors that much. I do know that there's been a big fan. It's a weird thing, right? So fan cries for stuff are interesting, like the Revan fan cry, right? It very peaks and valleys, peaks and valleys, peaks and valleys. The Mace thing has been like a steady hum of like when you're in the let's say you go to Celebration and you're like out in front of the hotel. If it's a connected hotel, if you're out in the like lounge areas that they have in front of these Celebration things, Mace Windu's name always gets brought up because there's always like a debate, like who's one of the best lightsaber fighting, who's this and that. Mace Windu always comes to play. Where like you won't hear that about a Revan, or you won't hear that about.
What about Rocky Marciano?
You heard about Ahsoka Tano all the time, I guess, but there was always
Mace Windu.
Huh?
What'd you say? No, just doing lines. Keep going.
I will give this one an S, but with some stipulations. It has to be Samuel L. Jackson. It can't be any like Dom was saying, somebody else. I don't think anyone would like that as much. Would like the character as much without Samuel L. Jackson and what he brings.
I know.
And I would also like it to be like Deadpool. Like I want it to be rough and gritty and
funny.
I want him to be killing people. I don't want, I don't think that's far fetched from what Mace is all about anyway. But
you want him taking power lines and jamming them up character behinds.
Well, that's been done. So
prison wallet talk. You want some prison wallet conversations?
Yeah, I want it to be so, but I'll go S on this one too.
S tier, put it up.
If done right, I think it could be really good.
You want like a John Wick Mace Windu?
Mace Windu isn't dead.
Yeah,
Mace Windu's dead. He's dead. He ain't coming back.
Yeah, but
put him in S. Let's go. Move along.
We got a lot of lists.
Move along.
What's in your wallet?
Okay. There's the next one. Go ahead. Who you got?
0. Don't care.
0.
I don't care. Overrated.
Is she overrated? I didn't even know she was rated.
I know she has a good story behind her, but I don't know. I don't think people like screaming to see her.
Yeah, they keep bringing her up, and then somebody randomly will yell about bringing her.
Yeah, that's why I'm in the middle. That's why it's like C. I'm indifferent.
She shows up to like every con every year. She's at like 50 cons
because it's easy to do.
I don't want to put her in the trash because she is a hot Twilight, but I'll put her in. I'd say D because I really don't care.
I'm at C.
I think it's a C.
I think
there's worse characters that I
could
wouldn't
do
want
is I'm sure they can come up with a good story for her, and it's not a character that I'm repulsed by or think it's stupid. Like
no. But like in the grand scheme of things, like if this is S tier, right? Yes, I want this. Yeah. This is like she's just vanilla and like.
But that's C to
maybe,
me.
But you can add to the vanilla. You can spice it up. You can.
No. This is how much you want. This is how much you want it. And like I do like vanilla, but like I think it's dear overall. But let's see what the chat has to say about it. Hi, we just mentioned you.
There's a lot of C's.
Say hi, my bargain.
There's a B, a lot of C's. So
there's a lot of C's.
All right, put her CD area. Okay, C,
yeah,
C, B, B.
I think C.
With the B averaging out Jedi's D. We'll go with C.
I'm down for Jocasta Nu.
Yes, I am too. Because
A tier. A tier. There hasn't been a bad story about Jocasta Nu.
She definitely has a lot of story behind her, and she was a badass against Vader in the comics. So I kind of
wouldn't you rather have her as like a narrator of a Jedi tale kind of thing? Like she's like a crypt keeper type, where not to say she's the crypt keeper, but you know what I mean? Like she's the narrator introducing stories and tales of other Jedis, I think would be cool.
That would be
great. Since the national treasure that is Angela Lansbury has passed away, I can't really see anybody playing this character other than now that I've got Angela Lansbury in my head for her.
I'm nice to old women, bro. Do you not have a grandma? Go ahead. Sorry, Jedi.
No, not one that's alive. No.
I mean, you could tell a story with her being like 30 or 40 and not like past dead.
Yeah.
I mean, it would almost be anything with this character. And it seems how she is a librarian, right? Am I thinking of the right character?
Yeah.
Then I mean, it'd almost be like she would be like the voiceover for an anthology or something.
That's what I'm saying. But dude, how cool would the story be where you find out how she gets the lightsaber gun?
That'd be kind of cool.
I'm all like Rambo.
You can have this character more for like a Tales of the Jedi 3-episode little shorts. But I don't want to watch 12 episodes of Jocasta Nu.
So listen, how about her how about talking like her walking like in the library and looking at all the stuff, and she talks about each Jedi, and she goes, "This is the story of this particular Jedi."
No, dude, you guys forget how badass she is.
No, she is badass.
She's first off, the Inquisitor, she called a punk ass bitch. She pulled out a big ass.
I don't think it was in those terms.
Arnold Schwarzenegger / RoboCop fucking gun, lightsaber gun, and just start blasting motherfuckers. Like she don't give two shits, and then flipped around like Yoda. I want to find out how that
with this lightsaber gun.
She has access to the back room of the temple. Like
she also had a hidden cave in a fucking
the porn
with
room?
A waterfall in front of it, like the Bat Cave where she was hiding.
I'm going B. I'm going B with Jocasta.
The chat says A. Get Susanna Summers and lock it down.
How'd you get Suzanne Summers out of that? That's Susan Sarandon.
Jerome's legit. I give Jerome the legit check mark because that's a legit comment. Okay, you could say that, but there's a lot of A's.
Susan Sarandon will work. You give me Suzanne Summers, I'm like, Jesus.
Oh, Susan Sarandon. What did we say? Suzanne Summers? Her too.
You said Suzanne Summers.
Both legit.
Like it's going to be an infomercial.
Both legit. No, she's gonna work out real quickly at the legs. How do you think she could flip around like that?
Thigh master.
You gotta get a thigh master workout
with her.
That's how she does.
How about Meryl Streep?
She don't work the thigh master.
Well, the woman could play anything. So
yeah, she could.
Where are we putting that one?
There's no.
Yeah, they want A.
They got an A. The chat's got an A.
I would probably be at a B, but I'm not going to argue too much.
How about Jamie Lee Curtis? She kicks ass.
Sally Struthers. Sally Struthers
naming a bunch of old bags, guys. Come on, let's go.
Sally Struthers.
Hey, Angela Lansbury is a national treasure. She was.
Also an old bag.
On South Park. Woo. They didn't treat her well.
Man,
yeah, I don't really care.
I mean, we're doing it because we're trying to fuck like
not above C.
Dingle Dune around
for me.
Is that what we're doing? We're saying Doom and like because of that, maybe is that what we're trying to do here?
It's the whole idea. We're trying to find. You already have Kanan's backstory. You don't need another.
Yeah, we already got it. We got most of it. We don't need it. Yeah. We already got the Doom thing. We really don't need it. So, I'd say D. Interest.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Like at best it's C, but D is more.
D's fine.
Sigourney Weaver. How old is Sigourney Weaver?
I don't know. I think she's going to be in the
older than we are.
Avatar movies.
See, the mother of Miss Marvel. This lady? Oh no, the aunt. You mean in Miss Marvel? Oh, the mother of the guy in Miss Marvel. I don't know, bro. I don't know, Sticks.
It kind of looks like it Sticks. It does look like Miss Marvel's mom.
D it is.
Big fan of Bon Jovi.
We're getting this. You do know that.
Yes.
We are.
We have no choice. We're getting it.
Do we want it?
We are?
Yeah.
This is
do we want it? Do we want it? Well, here's a two-part problem with that. Are we talking stole Ahsoka from her family? Because that's the only story that's going to be left after this little short Jedi thing. And no, I don't think we do. I think Dave is the only person who wants that fucking story. But then you're telling us Dave is going to do a Jedi-centric story as a Padawan going to a Jedi Knight. And then I'm saying, well, I want that. So it's D to trash. Do I want the story? Hey, but Dave's going to do it. So then that makes it a B?
Yeah, I'm at a B. Yeah, that's about the best you can get me.
Huh?
Yeah.
We have an S in the chat and an A. I would mark this as a C, personally.
We're not getting Ahsoka. Here, guys, just a stipulation on this one. We're not getting Ahsoka in this. That's not the Ahsoka storyline. It has to be non-Ahsoka related.
Jedi,
no, I'm talking to the
chat. You
got? I would personally, I don't know what it would be about, but I like the character enough that I would like something maybe. So I'm good with a B.
That's why I'm at a B, because again, I got enough interest in the character where I'd be like, maybe.
Do you think Dave is too scared to do this character?
No,
because in his mind,
he's waiting.
You think? He's been waiting a long. That statue of Poe has been in front of his motherfucking office for 20 years. He ain't done shit with them.
Dave wants to be telling Star Wars stories for 25 more years. He's not going anywhere. He doesn't have any rush.
All right.
You can be like George R.R. Martin.
Yep.
Yeah, George R.R. Martin. Don't worry. Yeah, but then people just start writing the books for George. So.
Wait, did we finish on B?
Yeah, we did. I actually want to see their backstory. I really do, but I'm not like. I probably have this in the B segment too.
I think B too as well.
If you do it like you're doing Andor right now, I'm down.
Yeah, I think with the success of Andor, or what we were saying, this is the success of Andor. I think we're likely to get something like this. To be honest.
Yeah,
I'm actually maybe at an A on this, but
really,
A or B.
I think it could be interesting, especially if they're like from two different areas, two sides of the track, and they come meet together.
Because how much not necessarily like you guys, because you guys are like deep into all this stuff, but how much do your everyday run of the mill Star Wars fans know, or maybe care even might be a better question, about this religious sect, this force?
Yeah, I just know that's
we're going to care a lot more about it because the High Republic, because it's getting put into the High Republic. We're going to see that in the next two books, between 2 and mainly in 3. This is something else, though. Not Blaze, but Shrewd. How are we saying that?
Shrewd.
Man, that's all you need to know.
We are saying Shrewd. Okay. Shrewd has been seen in comics before, and he was a badass who was fighting somebody stealing stuff. We have seen this. We have seen a couple of cool scenes with him already. So I would think I like it, but you're right.
We want to see this.
Like Shrewd. I don't really care about Baze. Like if it was a Shrewd story.
Yeah, if it's Shrewd. Yeah, Shrewd's a badass. He's like a ninja.
Come together. 6 episodes.
Yeah, I'd go B.
Yeah. I think you're under rating Blaze, but okay. A if they do it there. There's other temples. A, B. Yeah, I think B is probably a good spot for it. Jango Fett.
I would like to see this because there's a lot of story left in him that before he became the template for clones.
Jedi's not interested.
We've
for
seen
one reason, really,
before.
and it's because because probably everyone would want Jameer Morrison to play him, and I'm like, no, I don't want.
No, that's the problem. Somebody else could play him. I might be more interested.
Yeah.
So this would have to be pre-open season. Is that what we're saying?
No, it could probably be
because of the Mandalorian TV show. We know that it's open seasons there now, all the way up to open season. So it'd have to be pre-open season
now. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
No, we're talking Django, not Boba, right?
No, Django.
Yes, but in Django, because of the blockchain that Boba Fett shows,
the Jaster
brings Jester in the open season.
Jaster Mariel or whatever.
But is the story? Those characters might be canon, but is the story canon now? The whole story? They can change it around.
Well, it doesn't have to be the exact story, but I think it's still time frame.
Yeah, I mean they can talking about. So what I'm saying is, like, you'd have to go pre that. Do I care? No.
But they could read. I mean, like, we got such a bad Boba story. Like, maybe Dom needs this. I think that's right. Like, BK might be right.
I think we can just get better Boba instead.
Yeah, but the problem. But what happens? What happens if they Boba Fett it? Like Jedi said, what happens if they Boba Fett it?
That's what I'm worried about. But if they try to do Django,
look, you don't think that they heard the other whispers about the other?
They give us open season. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, you don't think that they heard the other cries about the Boba Fett series?
No,
that they might be changing things around.
No,
they do something different.
Yeah,
you don't think so?
How long have you been a Star Wars fan? How's Jar Jar Binks doing? Give zero fucks about people crying. They really give zero fucks about people crying.
Yeah.
I will tell you this. If they do open season, I'm all down AS tier, but I have a feeling they wouldn't do open season, and that's why I worry about it.
I give this a C.
CSSCA. CC.
I think that sounds like B when I put all that together. Even though I'm more of a C personally.
Quick question: is Django a Mandalorian? He because of the chain he is through adoption. Through Jester Moreau. Read open season. Jerome, if anybody hasn't read open season, I suggest you do it. You get a TPB or whichever way you get it. Just read open season.
Well, the trades aren't even that easy to find, though.
Can't you
They're
find
pretty tough. But it's like $40. It's not as bad as getting.
Did they reprint that or did they not reprint it?
No, I don't think they ever did.
Not yet.
They should.
It might be in the Legends books later on in the when they come out with.
I thought they did do a Legends of, but maybe not, I'm wrong. Okay.
If they did, they probably.
It might be a 30th anniversary one.
You gotta buy.
But they did the Legends for Boba Fett, so I don't think they're doing Django yet.
There's a 30th anniversary Django hardcover.
Yeah,
it's black and it's got the cover on it. Was it one of the black?
Yeah, but that's not going to be cheaper. That's going to be more
expensive. Think it might be. I don't know if
$50
in there though, but
it is like $50 for that. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're going to be paying for everything else.
For some reason, they're cheaper for some reason.
Yeah, but that's cool.
It's a 4-issue comic series. It's not that much story.
Zero fucks about Greedo. Han shot first. That's all you need to know about this.
We're learning more about Greedo in the other series, the Han series. I don't care.
Yeah, and how's that going?
You don't want to know where he got his Marty McFly vest?
Nope.
All I want to know is that Han shot him first, and that's all I know. And that's all I know.
All I know is in the what was it? The
trash.
Point of view?
No, I don't want you to put this in trash. Put it in D.
You're just saying that to be sympathetic because Greedo's a character we know, but really, would you actually want them to spend money, put a budget together, hire directors, crew to make a show about Greedo?
I said the blue chick should have been.
We put the blue chick in C, and I would 100% rather see a Greedo show than a show about her.
No way. At least watch a Jedi. Like Greedo's got nothing going for Greedo.
Nothing.
Okay, we're all preaching. Let's get rid of the Jedi, and now you're saying at least she was a Jedi.
Well, think of this. Yeah. You're gonna be listening to a whole show where he's going like "Uta tuta so." They're not gonna give. He's not gonna be speaking English all of a sudden. You're gonna see the weird lips going.
I would just pretend like I was watching Visions and just make up my own shit as I went along.
That's what you want. Exactly. That's why it's trash.
We have a D, a trash, and then people just making fun of. It is trash.
To be fair, I wouldn't mind seeing Greedo again, but no way do I want a whole show of Greedo.
No, trash it. Okay. Trash. Please trash that and move along.
Right. Move along.
Pete, your list is. Never, I'm not gonna.
It's not my list. I had no part in making it. I just made the.
I actually like what they did with him when they brought him in. So I'm saying, more Cad Bane.
Because we have to know what happened to him. How come he like didn't Jedi say something about him? Why the Empire skipped over him? in The Empire Strikes Back? Because he was still around, obviously.
I asked the question, yeah, but basically the answer is because he wasn't created yet. But yeah,
he was. Yeah. Well, also too, there's plenty of fucking bounty hunters that were around that didn't show up in The Empire Strikes Back.
I know. I'm just saying
none that had his pedigree or his.
Maybe he was on a job already.
Maybe. I'd like to know that. Tell me about it.
I like Cad Bane. I'm for more Cad Bane stories.
This is S tier to me. I think this is S tier for as I'm concerned.
I would watch this. Yeah, fair. S.
Let me ask you a question. Maybe
I would watch.
He might get a comic book series before a show.
That's not going to happen.
I don't know. The chat seems to be okay with that.
S-tiering it up. Put in S tier. Hey, BK, for real though, stop clowning in the chat. Are you coming to Baltimore? Let us know. Aurora Singh.
Yeah, BK, if you're coming down.
I like Singh.
Well, we got to find out more.
I don't know why I like Singh. She reminds me of a chick I dated when I was like 17. Crazy as dog shit, but like, fucking, I just had to walk away at one point and just shut off.
She had a bald head and a top knot ponytail like that?
No, she's all types of fucking batshit ass crazy though. I think she kicked me in the nuts one time too, just for fucking no reason.
Kicked you in the nuts and called you.
Yeah, she was fucking weirdo. Dumb.
I know.
Weirdo, man.
Weird signs, baby.
She did what?
But she did wear a high ponytail a lot too.
What this guy talk about on the telephone?
She was ripped. Also.
Explain it to him.
I like Singh. I'd go A.
Yeah, but you see, all right. Let me ask you a question. Would you like to see like a young, when she was with the whole band of
I was gonna say, yeah, we getting a Cad Bane like with her? Are we doing that crew together?
No, she trained. Didn't she train Boba?
She trained Boba. She looked over Boba until she left him to Fry.
Cad Bane trained Boba.
It is AOA. It is. I've almost been shot there a couple times. Yeah.
Wait a minute. What is that sticking out of her head in that picture?
It's an antenna.
Oh shit! I never noticed that before.
Yeah.
That's kind of disturbing. Okay, she went from a B to a C.
Maybe we'll find out why she was watching the pod races.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Who she had her bet down on.
I'm an A.
I'm A. I don't. The chat now is talking about 8 Mile, which is a very wrong road.
We got
B,
A and a couple B's.
B, A.
I'm probably a B
gunslinger.
on this one, but
shorty off 8 Mile.
All right, I think it's down to Pete and Dom. Everybody's either an A or B. So,
all right, put in B.
Where are you at?
B? I would have given you the A.
I would put it in A, but the chat's got it in B, kind of.
I don't think so.
I would give it the A. I mean,
B's.
I say A.
Dom's an A, Pete's an A. I think A.
All right, BK, I'll try to make
give her the A.
I
mean, Bounty Hunters,
I'm not going to argue.
I could give it a little more leeway of interest. Mostly because I want to see the tie-ins, like the guest appearances and stuff too.
Yeah.
I want to know what happened to her other antenna.
I think Ryan Johnson could do a story on her. It'd be really good. All right, next up, Job. I love the Huts. I love the fucking Huts. S tier on all Huts.
I would love the Job of the Hut gangster story, man.
Okay, you got to tell me more how this is. This going to be another anthology, or am I going to have to watch this fat slug? And
Why do you not want to watch it?
You got to no. You got, dude. You got to remember, Jabba kills his uncle. He kills like an aunt. He kills a cousin. He eats his own child at one point. I think Stinky. I think he ate Stinky. Bro.
D.
Wayseeker, you are wrong, sir. Wayseeker, you are wrong. You are a 100, dude. If you watch Clone Wars,
than Jabba, yeah.
Time out. The Stinky arc and the Zero arc, 2 great arcs of Clone Wars.
Fine. I don't want a show about it. If you want to have a Hutt show, that's one thing. I don't want a Jabba show.
Yeah,
Jabba is the Hutt. Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah, but I like him better as a side character.
Hence his name. Huh?
I like him better as like a side character than he can't be the focus of the show. That's my problem with this one.
The crime.
I'm not that.
You guys don't like motherfucking Sopranos? Is that what you're saying? You can't have the crime boss the head of a show? Because nobody liked the Sopranos show, did they?
Yeah, well, could you imagine if we had to listen to... Do we have to have a go-between with Tony Soprano, like who's explaining everything? We're gonna need a Bib Fortuna around the whole time to tell us what the hell he's saying, or we gotta read the goddamn.
It's not gonna be a Jabba show. It's gonna be a bounty hunter show or something like that.
No, it's gonna be a show about the best crime boss of all time.
I mean,
listen,
the one
if
thing
you're
that
gonna
you
do
might
a
do
Jabba
with Jabba's got a long pop history, so
you could actually do a High Republic Jabba story.
You could get a flashback of him getting sexually choked out by Slave Leia.
Marco's dreaming about like a House of Hut
bringing me around,
story.
You could get the what's her name? The Stinger gets in there. She gets down with it. You get dancers. I thought you old pervs would love this. Strippers galore throughout the Jabba the Hutt. Alien strippers, Jabba the Hutt. I mean, the Bada Boom Club.
Not this day and age.
Right.
Yeah. No, I'm a side character. I like him as a side character. I like him as
but you can have a nice story of him in the High Republic.
Like, you can't follow him as the hero.
It's not a hero. It's an anti-hero.
No, that's the thing. Even with an anti-hero story, there's still hero is in the title. There's still the focus. There still has to be the humanization.
Hey, look. Sometimes gangsters are heroes. Pete, sorry to tell you that. I mean,
Jabba's upset he had to eat Stinky. Like, I don't care about that story.
I'm just saying, like, S tier. Thank you, BK. Very good. That's what I like to see.
But if Jabba shows up as a menace to our hero of whoever's show it is, all right, I'm interested. I want to see more Jabba, but I don't want to be following Jabba.
Have you ever? Oh, hold on. This is the last thing I'm going to say there. But have you ever read the book Stories from Jabba's Palace?
No.
Amazing stuff in there. This is why you disrespect
Jabba.
This is why you disrespect Jabba the Hutt.
How many of those stories are all about Jabba?
This is why you disrespect Jabba the Hutt.
No, that's what my point is.
Why you disrespect Jabba the Hutt?
But what Wayseeker's asking is,
you didn't read the book. You have no talking points, Pete. Good day.
I'm asking you to explain them. Explain it to him.
Because then you see the interaction, how he gets the animal hunters and his love for all the Rancors and then the strippers and everything else.
Yeah,
you want to watch a show about Rancors and strippers.
Plus, I also want to see him kill off the rest of the Hutts.
And you're calling everybody else pervs. You want a stripper Jabba show.
That's how I'm selling it to you guys, because I know you guys will throw dollars in the bills.
You have to make it like a Sopranos type of series.
Yes, very good. See, Dom's coming to my side. Sopranos, there it is. I sold it. Bada Boom Club. All right, so where are we putting it? An A or S?
No.
I think B.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Said why the Empire didn't mess with him.
That's right. I don't care. I don't need a story about that.
Wayseeker talked me out of a D by bringing up Lone Pop, so I'll go C, but that's high as I go.
Well, we got some S's and some B's in here, so y'all better.
Where?
A-S. Not we don't have S's.
I have an S too. Me and BK, S brothers. There you go.
Wait a second. You said BK don't count. Those are your words.
BK counts.
You don't get to be selective of when BK's on your side.
We've coalesced. BK, we're gonna now. Pete is in the crosshairs of ours, so that is over. Hey, B. There's a lot of B's. Put it in B.
There's a lot of B's.
Yeah, that's where it goes. That's where it belongs.
That's okay. I mean, that's underappreciated.
I get what you're saying. Like I said, I love Jabba as a character.
I just think the Hutt's
focus.
I just think the Hutt story, like Hutt space and all that, is interesting in itself, and I think they've never properly developed that. And I do the Clone War stuff that they kind of did with the Hutt Council.
Yeah,
in my mind,
I know what you're saying, but certain characters, though, it's just they're better off as complementary. Like,
disagree that
anybody really want to
disagree,
watch
but that's okay because you're wrong.
Show where we just follow Nick Fury around? No, you'd be bored by that.
He's not Nick Fury. You are wrong. It's okay to be wrong, Pete. All right, Duchess Satine.
I'm sorry. My vote of a B, and where is it?
Duchess
Where's it sitting?
Yeah. That's just because you control the thing. Duchess Satine. I thought this was the Obi story I wanted, right?
But this is a Satine story, not an Obi.
I know, but this is the Obi story. If we had that as the Obi-Wan story, I think it would have been a home run. I think people would have really enjoyed it. And unfortunately, we got the horse shit they gave us. So,
still like a D.
Now.
Yeah.
Now.
I think of House of Dragons when I think about a story about this character for some reason.
That's what I was thinking with the Hutt. That's what I was getting at.
Well, no, I mean it is a two-part thing. Like she did bring peace to the Mandalorians and form them together, so you do get that story. So you technically get a Mandalorian story out of it, and you might get a little Obi-Wan trying to bury his lightsaber in her as a Ute. This
is a C.
Dom just shake his
You're gonna
head.
Confuse people when you
Did
say
I disrespect the Mandalorians by saying that Obi tried to bury his lightsaber in her?
No, I'm just saying. I know what you're saying. Yeah,
that's facts.
Obi-Wan got his pencil wet.
True.
It's still down here for me, but you
no,
tell me where to put this.
see. Mandalorians don't go down into D.
Well,
you can't have you cannot have the leader of the Mandalorians underneath Blue Chick. That's not happening.
You can actually have her story, how she became the Duchess, and how her sister Bo-Katan, was part of the Mandalorians, and how that.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is you're limited with certain characters. You get limited when you're in a position of power and place. Like there's only certain stories you can tell. Like you said with Jabba, it's going to be like a Tony Soprano type story. You can only tell one type of story. We got Duchess Satine here. You're basically telling me it's going to be
my
like
sister stabs me in the back. Romeo and Juliet. You're getting Mandalorian stories. You're getting Romeo and Juliet. You're getting stabbing in the back.
Blue Chick. You can make up anything you want because nobody cares. There's no preconceived notions of her character. You can tell anything.
I don't know, Pete, what your obsession is with Blue Chick.
I don't have
maybe you like brown, tight-fitted, non-tittied okay.
Mr.
Whatever it is, that chick is trash. Nobody wants that story. Satine at least has a good story that people want to hear about because it will have some lore to it. It has Mandalorians in it. It has Obi-Wan in it.
It'll
lock
be
it down.
And you have the political backing on Mandalore with the political.
It'll be boring.
I don't know. You know what? I think Satine is more of a.
You get Death Watch.
Is more of a back.
You're pointing out are people other than Satine. That's my point.
She fought those people. That's part of her story.
You can have her
backstory. Hey Pete, if I go, hey, your cool little kid that you have, that cool little dude that plays with all the toys. If I go, yeah, we get to see that cool little kid in Pete's story, and you go, well, that's just the side people. Yeah, we want to see that cool kid. Yes, we want to see all the things that go with him. Yes, basically, Pete, you're the focal point, but without. It's part of your story. Yes, that's part of her story is Death Watch. Bo-Katan, Obi-Wan trying to get his pencil wet. All those things. Part of her story. Yes.
Well, you know what? Listen, you could have her story. They could tell little pieces of the story in now The Mandalorian. Like they have to go back to the past and talk. Once they go to Mandalore, there's going to be history on her. In season 3.
Really do that.
Well, in season 3, because Bo-Katan is connected. She can mention about Satine.
I get that she can, but they don't need to do that. They don't need to tell us.
They could.
No, this is gonna be Sisterhood and traveling pants all of a sudden. How did it turn into that, dude?
But you don't think that Bo-Katan and Ahsoka will be talking about the time Obi-Wan and stuff like that? They talked about it in season 7 of the
I was talking about our outfit, guys. All right, hey, what are we doing with this? We gotta move on.
You gotta pick something.
It's between B and C.
I say
C. Fine, put her in C with Blue Chick. That's garbage. That's a terrible vote.
All I'm saying, I know what you're saying about the other stories, but my only point is you're talking about everything
that's not
around
other
her.
Stories. That's part. Pete, that's part of her story.
No, but
part
it's
of your life
really.
story is your wife and your children
to want to hear about those other stories, which we could get in other ways. We could get a Death Watch story if you gave us a Death Watch show.
Her sister was in the Death Watch.
We can talk about that. That'd be fun.
Her sister was in the Death Watch.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. You're telling me you want a story about her sister without telling me about a story about her sister because
it's part of her story that her sister split from her to go to the Death Watch. That's part of her story arc. Hers. What do you?
But I'm not interested in her as a character. You're still pointing out all the things that happened around her.
Zero interests. The only interest I have is how he grew that mustache. That's all. That's
exactly.
The mustache. That's all.
Yeah, this is trash tier. They tried to give us this in Legends. They had
it's so bad. Yeah, it was so bad. It's been bad every time they try to give us anything on this character.
Oh boy.
Astro's an A somehow.
What? No, he's an Satine, not on this. There's no way he's an Ans.
Come on, Astro. Explain yourself.
No, Astro wants the stash. The stash is rattled.
I like that porn star stash, 1970s porn star.
Jesus Christ. Live art comment.
Nice.
Sasha Baron Cohen as Briggs. Yeah, Mephisto. Nice. C. Laughing. Yeah, I think maybe this is a D or trash character.
Yeah.
We got an A and a C though. It's going to be hard to track.
No. I don't think the A is legit. I think people are just. I know that he didn't defend that. He can't defend that. So
I mean, I could put it in a D because all right, maybe we could somehow by default get some.
There's no way that's one step down from Satine.
Story.
You blow my mind, Pete. We no longer are meeting. This is ridiculous. You make no sense.
What makes no sense?
This. Moving along.
What makes no sense?
If I might leave the show after this one. Mother Talsa is A tier.
This is
S.
This is
crazy comments and not explain them.
Other than
explain to me how that's crazy.
That Briggs mustache is one tier under Satine, who literally has got some great stories that people want to know about.
That's not what I argued. I argued for them to be on the same goddamn tier. I thought they were both D's.
Dude, you get like the fall of the Night Sisters with her and how she tried to bring him back
Nope, can't talk about Night Sisters because that's not her.
What?
Go ahead. Well, she's not the Night Sister. She's the mom, right? We could talk about.
You had the fall. You had the fall of Dathomir and the witches, and how she brought them back together. There's just so many different aspects about her story that would think are really interesting. Like, there's a lot you can do with Talzin.
I agree because that's the same argument I used with Satine. So I agree. Hey,
no, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
One story that doesn't really even involve her with Satine. It's more an Obi story than that.
Yeah, anyway, I'm not interested in the Obi story. That's what I'm saying. You pointed out Obi. I'm not interested in that. You pointed out his sister and their story. Yeah, I'm interested in that, but not through her eyes. That's my point. Like the other things you're talking about, we don't need her to tell those
stories. She gets a Maul cameo. That is correct. The Kid Maul cameo.
That's still
she was poking Palps. She may have
I'm
been.
Still probably on like a B+, but all right.
Was it Palps or Dooku? Was she poking Dooku or Palps? Who was she poking?
I think it was Palpatine back in the day when
Palps, yeah.
Finger cuffs. Both.
Leftover, I'm not putting that comment up. S. Darth Bane. S. There's no Darth story I want more than Darth Bane's story.
Do you want Samurai Darth or Holocron holding?
I want Zartan Darth.
I want Zartan.
Yeah, Zartan or Shredder.
I want Jedi. That's the one Sith that, like, if they gave you, if you got no other Sith for 5 years, and the one story we could tell is the Sith, the Darth Bane story. That's what the story I want, and not just like the Darth Bane Jedi versus Sith story. That. I'm talking like the arc of Darth pre-Jedi Sith when he was already out by himself. The continuation of the novels. And then that area of period where you don't actually know if he's still alive in the background, that Zara did not kill him, and for some reason up to Trombone we get some like weird stuff, including including Wizard Sith, not a Sith guy, but like
I thought you were making.
They're not going to give you that story though. They're going to give us a whole.
It's not about what they're going to give us. It's about what I want. It's my birthday. I don't care. Cherry on top. Stripper popping out of the cake.
I want to see him do a canon Darth Bane story, and I would love to see it. Doesn't matter what. Just give me a canon story.
Mm-hmm. I think there's enough S tiers in the chat already. We can throw this thing in there.
Good, S tier.
Before Marco starts doing Boogie Nights line. I want to.
I don't want any more Sidious.
Nope.
I'm done with this guy. Nope. I think we've seen everything.
I think B. You can put him in B.
Yeah. No. You can put him in D for what?
I'm more there. I really don't want
D.
And that's more what I was getting at before. Like, you can tell, and this is why I would want Blue Chick, because it's a blank slate. Tell me a story. They're already bookended by what they can do with him.
Yeah.
I'm not interested. Like, I can't imagine.
Unless they do a young story, they go back.
They could show him they could show him during his.
When he killed the person that adopted him to be I don't think we care about that.
I mean, Lopez would be the only one that wants this.
Yeah, Lopez.
The Palpus. Is this? Oh, this is the back door to the. Yeah.
Okay. Plagueis.
Yeah.
Lopez will, blow you up your phone tonight, Marco. You know that.
Yeah. Once he catches up, it'll be probably
my phone in my room.
As much as Lopez says about Plagueis, the same way I felt about bringing back Boba Fett, in my lifetime. So you got to cut him some slack.
Except for that Plagueis is kind of like
what you wanted now.
Yeah.
Well, I think the difference is other people besides you wanted Boba Fett. And I don't know if that's the
Well,
case.
you know what? Listen, but I know, but as a kid, man,
Jedi does have a fair point.
Yes.
I was nervous, by the way. I'm A tier on Grievous's backstory. I know most of it.
Yeah, I think I'm A tier here also. I mean, I would like to
Definitely.
see.
I
We
wanna
know
see more
we know a
Grievous.
lot about his backstory, but we haven't
Yeah, we do.
seen
It's
it.
messed up. I want more of that messed up.
Yeah.
So
I go A or B. I'd be fine either way.
Yeah,
I'm A on this one.
Yeah, I could go A.
I go A too.
Knives Out style, right? Is that what we're doing with this? All right.
Knives Out. Huh?
Well, or whatever, some horror thriller weird thing.
Knives Out's not a horror. That's a mystery.
What's the one with the house? Oh, whatever. It's too late and I don't care. A. We're getting
Knives
A's.
Out is like Murder on the Orient Express.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what he does with his family and then starts cutting himself apart, isn't it?
No, Murder on the Orient Express has nothing to do with that. It's about a mystery who kills some mobster on a train.
Isn't it? Okay, going on.
You're thinking of something else.
Put an A. I must be thinking of something.
Yeah.
A for Greaves. Everybody got an A for Greaves. No, zero fucks. Zero fucks.
You know who he was? He was an Ugnaught. He figured.
Who cares?
He
Yeah.
worked for the
Fine.
Empire.
Fine.
He died.
You
Whoever
can get
put
all
this
the
on
bounty hunters that go and try to get Baby Yoda and they die.
Yeah, what about all the bounty hunters?
Zero.
We can get the story of all the other people who wanted their ship
0.0.
fixed on his little
Everybody,
planet.
you could get
Zero.
every episode. He's training people how to write a blurb. Every episode,
Yeah.
they die.
0.0.
And making nurse droids.
Unless he's actually the one that found
Oh.
Luke's hand, I really don't care.
Yes. Yes. Trash.
You could give him that too. He found Luke's hand.
That is not the
playing
Spark
basketball with
Ascendant. That's a
3PO's
girl. It's not a dude in the Spark Ascendant.
Oh, it's
It's
Are we
D or
trashing him or
trash.
D?
This is the trash for me.
Throw him in
Okay.
the trash.
With Greedo.
Ooh.
You know what?
Ooh.
I'm going to leave you guys.
Oh, this is a tricky. This is a trick question.
Yeah.
Who put this on the list? Wayseeker, did you put this on the list?
I'm not going to tell you who put it on the list.
This is a trick question. This is a very trick question because you also get the graphs in this storyline and because it says Santika clan. Wow. If it was just lore Santika, probably D. But if Santika clan, you're giving me mobsters, you're giving me Western, you're giving me thriller, you're giving me wild space.
It's like a
you're giving
soap
me-
opera. All my children.
You're giving me it all. I want it all. Kidnapping, bribery. Yeah, yes, please. S tier. That would be a perfect story.
They're making a
perfect
soap
split-off
opera.
story. That was a good one. Thank you, Wayseeker, for that. What do you have it at?
I'd go A for this one. It's not like on the Darth Bane, Cad Bane level for me. It'd be A.
Wayseeker answer first. Sorry, I already did. See? I mean, dude, you get so much crazy. Like, you could get a lot of there. It could be a cool thing in Star Wars. I mean, because it would be a bunch of back alley shit going on. Remember, in the book, in the novel we read, one of the Santikas was like a playboy, and they ended up murking him in the middle of the streets and like taking all his shit. It was a big deal. I mean, it is. They've got like some party palace where it's like, hey, you remember when
Is it run by Zero the Hutt?
Mike Tyson had that mansion
Yeah,
that
Zero the Hutt.
50 Cent bought? Remember that mansion? The Tigers and all
Yeah.
the shit going on there? That Santika's got that place. They own that
Oh,
joint.
the one in The Hangover where they peed in his pool?
Yeah, he owned that. The Santikas own that joint. So you get to see parties at Mike Tyson's house with the tiger. I mean, that's the crazy shit that goes on in Santikas. Santikas
And I'd
get
rather
down,
see
bro.
the Santikas than Duchess Satine.
And then you get
For
graphs
sure.
too in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, A.
Yeah. And for those people that are friends, like Jedi Johnson, he would like it because what's that? Dallas. It's like Dallas too. You get a little Dallas in there. If
You
you
gotta
show
have a
Dallas.
protocol droid with all that stuff
Dynasty.
going on.
Dynasty.
Is it
You're gonna have
Dynasty?
a
That's
Who
what it
Shot
is.
Lars
Dynasty,
mystery at some point. It was all a dream. It was all a
Hey,
dream.
hey,
Nobody
hey,
shot
Patch
Lars.
of Duffy in the shower.
All right, give us some A's on that. Put it in the A.
All right.
All right, Jedi. Wait, Jedi,
No,
let's
Jedi,
go.
what do you think?
Jedi, we're giving you Dynasty.
I want to hear Jedi's thoughts on that one.
Wait, Dynasty's different than
Well,
that.
I almost feel like after listening to
what
like
he
Marco and then like Wayseeker talk about how great this is, I almost feel like the movies about the kid who wants to be in with the cool crowd, so he's going to be like, yeah, I agree, but inside he's like, I don't know what the hell y'all talking about.
Yeah, I'm with Jedi. This is more like a B. Like, yeah, I want to see a little Santika, but it's still just like a B to me.
I don't know enough about it to give it like. I mean, it sounds almost like. Are we going to get like a documentary on the mapping of hyperspace? What are we? I don't know.
No, you're gonna get like MTV Cribs mixed with like a gangster movie, and then
Real World,
or whatever, Dynasty or whatever the heck that is.
It's gonna be like New Jack City. When Nino Brown
like casting a very wide net there.
They're gonna be
not
like,
really telling me exactly what we're getting.
Hyperspace lane, and then that's
what we've got out of the clan so far is that it was pretty much two rich families fighting each other, and like they had playboys and they had gangsters on the side.
So Dynasty,
the Kennedys and the
well, that's different than
Rockefellers going at it.
To mimic my good buddy Dom, am I going to get aliens in this? Or am I going to get a bunch of humans just talking about sitting around the table arguing about who owns what hyperspace lane or whatever?
No.
It's going to be like full out war. It's going to be like
treachery. They're going to send strippers to poison people. They're going to
strippers.
Marco thinks he can like
droids. They're gonna send service droids. They go create bombs on each other,
and then shit talk Ayla Secura. Oh, you guys are all over the blue chick all of a sudden.
Like, meanwhile, strippers and Java and Tikas would be such a fun movie. Yeah,
I'll go A. I mean, you guys make it sound so great. You make it sound.
I'm still at a B, but you guys say A, fine. I'm not gonna argue it.
Yeah, nobody wants any more stories on Sidious. That's
all right. We still got half a dozen left or so.
No way. There's no way we got half a dozen more.
Well, get moving.
They're gonna go quick, I think.
The Knights of Red.
A
tier.
Yeah, just because we haven't had any story. I need something. Even
I actually love the story that they did in the Lego stuff, so I would like more Knights of Red.
I'll go B. I'll go B.
A or B?
I say A because I feel like we need something. I don't even care if the story's bad. I just need something at this point.
I'd be A. I like this. I mean, we're starting to see stuff in the comic books here and there, so I'd like A, and it's pretty interesting, kind of what we've been seeing in the comics. So sure, I go A.
A it is. A. We get a couple B's, a couple
the
A's.
Dude with the cloud Final Fantasy VII sword. That would be kind of fun.
Okay. No.
No.
You know what?
Trash.
I would do C. But he's interesting because it would bring the mobster situation in again too.
Yeah, we get strippers.
More mobsters. We've been getting mobsters now for the last 20 minutes.
I know.
Exactly, but we can get strippers again.
But I want to know his deal with his face.
Throw in the strippers and maybe I'll think about it.
I want to know when he gets pissed off, his face opens up.
What now? What'd you say?
Oh, because he gets all red and he gets the blood boiling.
Are you teasing me, Dom, or is that true?
No,
or are you just...
It's true.
You don't remember that in Solo, like when they're fighting, like whatever's on his face, they started to like
open up, like the
starts getting red.
Like, open up.
I remember getting red.
Open up, it just starts turning red. His blood vessels start turning really red.
He was turning the vision. He was turning the vision right there. That's why.
Shut your mouth.
Dom thought something was getting engorged.
So he had some really cool artifacts on his desk. Like there could be some story about how like he got some of that.
Well, the Mandalorian armor. He had the Mandalorian armor that was.
I think it's a D.
Trash.
I think B or C.
Why you can get strippers?
Okay, that makes it a B.
D.
It's crime. It's the same. It's all the same rationales you game for Jabba. You can have for here.
No. I want the crime lord bosses. He was just a pawn. He wasn't even a pawn, like a good pawn. He was a pawn for Kara too. So like he was just. Nobody wants to see the street level guy. This ain't The Wire. Even in The Wire,
level guy.
Yeah,
you get like the mall. You get like the mall story.
You
like,
the face of mall.
You want the mall story. You don't want the boss story.
Yeah.
If the best you could say he was a pawn for Maul, but
he was, and for Kira too.
Though he was a pawn for Maul.
Not even worth this conversation. Trash.
Yeah. Put him in D or trash. Trash, I say, but
I'm trash.
He's gonna overrule it, even though
I'm not overruling. You guys were saying D before. I see B's in the
chat. Minus some trash. I don't think you can get.
I want to know. I want to see Beckett. I think Beckett's a great character.
No,
I'd like to see Beckett too.
I don't know if he's a great character, Dom.
I don't know what we'd be
I
seeing.
agree.
Exactly,
I would like to
I'd
see something else.
I like Woody, but I don't want to see more Beckett. I don't give a shit about Beckett.
You don't want to see Beckett? I thought Beckett was a pretty cool character. You know?
Yeah, fine. He was cool for what he was, but
you could see the tracking down Aurora Singh, right?
You didn't like the comic book? The comic book was pretty cool. That, he was robbing people. Posing as a Sith Lord. Yeah,
I go C.
I'm at least at a C. I could actually be B on this one, but
I think I'd be C or D. But
yeah, that's not bad on this list. That's not bad.
No.
Yeah, I'm just like, yeah.
He's ahead of he's ahead of Sidious. I mean,
C or D.
Well, to answer Ruben's question, he goes, he was working. He didn't know why Sidious was on the D. It was because there's just too much of Sidious. We don't want to see any more of the story.
Like, what more do we need?
Exactly.
Like, do we really need more?
All right.
It's not like he's going to have a confidant. Wait, watch what I do to Vader next.
You're right.
Yeah, y'all got to explain this one to me. I don't know.
Hey, I think this is JJ.
This is a JJ.
Fives is actually
a video game character or something.
No, it's Fives from
it's Fives from the Clone Wars cartoon.
Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. Okay.
We've seen enough clones, and I think the Clone Wars actually really showed a lot of the clones. We're gonna probably get a little. The Bad Batch is showing some clones too.
Yeah, but I wouldn't mind seeing something in live action.
I know. Yeah, down the road, I don't think if we do see anything, we're gonna see these actual characters like do much live action.
So that's the problem. I don't want Tamora Morrison. We somehow need to recast.
Tamora Morrison is all the clones. All the clones.
I know.
So you gotta wait for him to die, and then we can.
They're not all 60 when they were doing the Clone Wars.
Don't say that.
No, Fives is a D for me.
You need to somehow get me a 25-year-old Tamora Morrison to be the soul.
You could do a 25-year-old. You could just do him in a 25-year-old's body.
You have the magic of TV. And the magic of
like they did the little kid.
Yeah, it'd be too expensive to do it.
Yeah, but
you could just do like the little kid they did for Boba. You could do something that's in between, semi look-alike. You don't have to do.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, do you really need to have like?
Yeah, but who? Wait! I'm tier list of motherfucking clones. Yeah. Like Fives is not even in.
I'm just saying that JJ put him on the
Rex,
list.
Cody, 5.
I'm D. I don't want to. I don't want to put him in trash.
Rex isn't dead. Cody's not dead. They got to be dead to make the list.
Yeah, they got to be dead.
Rex and Cody are dead.
They are not dead. Rex is not dead.
Put him on C.
Rex and Cody, by the time Rey Skywalker is alive, Rex and Cody are dead.
We haven't seen them die yet.
No, we have to see them die. Oh my God. No. That maybe it's confirmed deaths.
Yeah.
Rocco's found a loophole. This happened a long time ago. They're all dead.
Okay. All right. C or D, whatever we're putting them.
Put them in C.
I just dropped him in D because
You know what? I want to see his more of his backstory.
You can't because Satine would be in that storyline.
So my feeling on that, we've got the Mandalorian. We're going to get Mandalorian stories in the next Mandalorian season and probably after. We've got Boba Fett. I don't want to saturate the Star Wars market with more and more Mandalorian. I'd just rather
in the Mandalorian backstory, you can see
and that's kind of where I'm at. I want to see the story, but I don't need to see a whole show on his story, like from his perspective, which is the same reason why I don't want Duchess Satine. It's not that I want to see
not the Vizsla I want to see a backstory on.
I just don't want to see her.
No, we all want the other Vizsla. I know we want the original, but I'd rather see Vizsla than Satine, so I'll go B.
I think Vizsla overlaps Satine because they are Satine because that's literally their story arc is them going against each other. So
I actually think we're gonna get more of this stuff in future seasons of Mandalorian if it does happen because there's gonna be a lot of flashbacks.
But that's not the question.
I know. Okay.
The question is, do you want to watch a show based on this character? And that's what I'm talking about. Yes, all the stuff Marco said about Satine, all the interesting stuff. Yeah, that's great. But do I want to watch a show based on Satine? No. Just like I don't really want to watch a show based on Vizsla here. I want to hear his story, but it doesn't have to be the focus of a whole show.
Well, look,
or his show.
We're gonna probably get, Bo-Katan will probably talk about a lot of this because she was with all of them. So we'll probably know more down the road. And that's all I think is going to really happen. I don't think.
What are we talking about? Where are we putting this character?
I'm still at the same place. I'm probably about to C at best. Like I want to hear the story.
C for me.
I don't need him to
B. I put B. I'll say B.
Starring in his own show.
Marco, where are you at?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted Satine and B, so him and B too. It's fine with me.
The chat, more like
however, has got C,
I think it goes in C.
It's in C. Put him in C.
Jesus Christ.
Again, I want the story, but I don't need to have them.
Okay, so
what? Why?
So we've gotten some of his backstory that is not canon anymore, and then we got some canon, Dr. Ev, and
I want to know how he got out of that city before, when Saw Gerrera bought it. Like, how did he get out? He was there.
We got an A in chat.
I don't think I need a series on it. It's a one shot. So D.
This is a D.
I still think you guys are being generous.
You might be right.
No, I'm with Pete on this one. I don't know how this.
I don't want. I have no interest whatsoever. If it was more than a one shot,
they've kind of filled in why he's wanted in so many systems. He was doing like illegal surgery.
He was bullshitting.
Yeah, he was like he was putting atrocities together, man. Like people, different body parts.
No. He was in jail. That's what he was. He's in jail. He was in jail. He did get caught, and he actually killed. If you're reading the Han Solo Chewbacca story, he actually killed a guard.
Which I love in Star Wars. If you're, on death row, if you kill somebody, like you're no longer on death row because you got to go back to trial first. Like it's the most
the weirdest thing ever. Which he did. He apparently killed somebody to be on death row before he did this and knew this is how this works.
Yeah. So no, I have no interest in his character.
But no interest. Still no interest.
What about?
Don't you dare bring up my man Max Rebo. Do you not?
What's his buddy's name?
His name with Dr. Dipshit.
Honda Bobot or something?
What?
His buddy.
Honda Baba.
Honda Baba.
Yeah, thank you.
He moved Max Rebo's knees up to his elbows. That's what he did.
Yeah, but no, I mean, you tell me, hey, we got 6 episodes of this. I'm like, that's gonna be a slog. I gotta watch that shit for this show. But otherwise,
the original meth addict. All right, put him in trash.
You didn't even guys mention
him die. That's a good question. When did we see him die?
I don't know. JJ put him on this list. So
we technically did it. Good call. I
don't know. Like I said, I just took the list.
Do we see Lobot die either?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, he wasn't in the last.
He's in the comics.
Fighting Lando in that movie.
Yeah, he wasn't with Lando, so you got to imagine he's dead.
So he could have been plugged in at home charging his batteries.
He was in the comic books.
We don't know. I mean, if
doesn't he die in the comic?
Yeah,
doesn't he die in the comic? In the Lando series?
You want to know what? I don't care. Trash.
He does. He dies in the Lando comic.
Well, I'm just saying, if we're using the criteria like Pete laid out earlier, where we have to see them die, then I
think he does. We do see him die in the comic, the Lando comic, though.
Instead of arguing about this, does anybody care?
Yeah, I still give Lobot a D.
D. I do. D. He's not trash.
Yeah, I care more than Dr.
Exactly.
Whatever his name is. So yeah.
Ronnie. C.
I'm okay with a D. I don't care.
D. C.
Because he would almost. I don't know even what he would be worth without Lando. He's a sidekick.
He's a weirdo.
So when I was on the plane coming back from South Carolina, there was a dude in the front. He had silver headphones on, and he was bald. And he had it to the side.
Lobot all know.
Yeah, I wanted to take a snapshot, but he kept looking like at me. At the same time, my wife kept taking my hand and putting it down. I'm like, it looks like Lobot.
What do you mean? You already know you're taking a picture. Pretend like
you should actually like you're taking a selfie of yourself and take it of him. Yeah.
No, she's like, she goes, "Who are you talking about?" I said, that was Lando's right hand man. The Empire Strikes Back. I said, Lobot.
She said no.
What?
She didn't let you? Boo.
She's like,
hey, is she coming to Baltimore too?
Yes, she is.
All right, let's all do a dinner. I miss her.
Airplanes are dangerous grounds anymore. I think she was smart. She's smart, Dom.
Riki over at Riki Sushi keeps telling me you keep coming in there. He's like, your buddy and his wife keep coming in there. I was like, That motherfucker lives in New York. He doesn't keep coming in here for sushi.
No, we're gonna come back again. We're definitely gonna come back.
Yeah. All right. Let's get it. I forgot to tell you that, but I thought it was funny.
All right, you guys getting into the Andor?
Yeah, we're gonna
thing?
get into Andor review. So
all right, I'm out. I haven't watched Andor, and I got a couple things to do before I got to go to bed for work. So
Tom hasn't either, but he knows an awful lot about it.
Me and Pete will be here Wednesday. Make sure you send all DMs to him about Baltimore stuff. We'll do some meetups.
Yeah, feel free.
Maybe I'll buy a round of shots for people. Who knows?
Yeah, figure it out. But yeah, hit me up on IG or whatever. However you can reach me.
Meth and cocaine is on Pete. All right.
Well,
let's go. Moving along. Move along. Thank you, Pete.
No, my wife is not a Trekkie. I can tell you that for a fact.
No, she's not.
She may watch shows. Her mom liked the Next Generation and stuff like that. But other than that,
this is like most people that are on my shows have met their wives, and that's why. Because if these guys can marry women like that, they're good people. And Dom is one of those people. All right. Next up,
should I stay in?
Why is Jedi up in Wayseekers?
Because you never turned around this thing.
I was like, damn, my camera's on. What is that?
It's because when you worked Friday and you did the alternate, because we all signed in under a certain thing.
Should I? You know what? I want to join the other chat talking about this about Andor because I really don't care. Like I'm not with the surprises.
You can
anymore.
stay here. Yeah, if you want to join chat.
I'll chill.
Because do you want to stay here or do you want to go in because you didn't see it? What do you want to do?
No, I'll stay here. We'll talk.
Stay here. Yeah. Okay. So Endor, here we go. We're going into Endor where Weeseeker took a dip. I don't know why. He probably got to go pee. We're going to start off, as you know, I do a little character thing. So I'm going to start off with our man Cereal eating the cereal and his mom who's telling him that his neck's too high and that he's a jerk off. And the uncle, by the way, Ruben was wrong on the uncle. I just want to say this. The uncle really is nobody at this point. We did get this cool little TV thing. A little throwback HoloNet, which I thought was cool because the technology isn't up to par in the upper levels, which they've always talked about. So it's good that they kind of stayed in with the canon of it. The uncle gets him on some like desk job type thing. Cyril explains, hey, yo, I got in trouble because I spoke the truth and these people didn't want to do it. And it's all a cover up. And the guy who's going out there goes, your uncle pretty much runs this whole company. So we'll just erase all the stuff you're talking about, all your backstory, and we'll act like you're a brand new person. Go sit in a desk for the rest of your life. And that's where they leave him. He hears about the jacking. And I mean, it's set up for him to find out something in this because he becomes just like a tech guy that just reads over data on gas pipelines, right? That's what he's going to do. So I assume that we're going to get somebody stole some gas to start the rebellion, and he's going to find that out, and then he's going to go to, what is her name? Moore? What's her name? The blonde-haired lady. Dema Moore.
No, not Moore. No, Sly Moore is the Moore. I can't think of her name off the top of my head.
Whatever. I'll remember.
Deidre, whatever.
Yeah, Deidre, that's her name. Very good.
Just can't think of her last name.
Next up, we got everybody really, really excited because this guy shows up, Wayseeker.
Yeah, we got Yularen, one of the great ISB oversight.
Yeah, he's a career. He's probably the only guy that stuck out the whole time period as like a senior officer throughout all the different changes between the Galactic Empire, the Galactic Republic, the Republic Empire. He's always around. You see him in the original trilogy. You see him throughout the Clone Wars. He voices some of the backstory in the Clone Wars, correct? Or he is the voice of the backstories in the Clone Wars? It is him, right?
Yeah, he's in there.
Yeah.
I don't know if it
supposedly
voices it, but yeah.
Yeah. No, the intros where you're like, the intro stuff that goes into the Clone Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that him?
Yeah.
Supposedly, I don't know. Either way, he's alive forever. We get to see him here. Wayseeker's wearing that uniform at Baltimore. That'd be hilarious. Yeah. Okay, and then also, so we're going to talk about the Imperials and what there was going on here. We get this guy who is just so absolutely just trying to cock.
Blevins, right? That's his name?
What?
Blevins?
Yeah. Blevins, I hope you die horribly with Vader choking you out. He goes, hey, I got something on her. And she goes, oh, you do? And then she pulls the gangsterous move you could. Hey, listen, little kid. you ain't got shit on me, and like goes on the attack and goes, oh yeah, you know what, son bitch, I did, because you are doing your job and you suck at life, and come get some, bitch. And that leads to the commanding officer go, hey, you're really good, but now everybody's going to kill you because nobody likes you because you're smarter than everybody else, so watch your back. Gives her the watch your back.
This is really refreshing to me that we see the imperial politics game in a really, I think, unique way of where this character is, you know, a really good schemer and is just going cutthroat after people. And that's kind of what I imagine like the top Imperials doing. So I enjoy how the Imperials are. Some of them are very competent in the show. And some of them are very cutthroat.
Well, I think it's very interesting looking too, because like a lot of the back talking on the Empire taking over was like when you talk to some of the in the hypothetical Star Wars world, when you talk to a lot of the people that are pro Empire, it's all about organization, that they were strict, but it was very competent. And, you know, they had all this. And when you look at the background, no, it was the same thing. It was a lot more backstabbing and a lot more like loosey-goosey bullshit. I mean, that's kind of how they blew up the Death Star, both of them. So like there was a lot of secrets and shit that was going on. It was very interesting because there was a lot of people who did cry. I mean, when you think about it, when you look at like the history of Star Wars, there's a lot of planets that did actually want the Empire there and were very pro-Empire. And for all the reasons that they say were pro-Empire, when you see these behind-the-scenes things, you're like, no, this is just as big of a mess as the Republic. Like they aren't getting shit done, and they will stab each other in the back just to not get stuff done. So just because there's not a Galactic Senate anymore does not mean that the same shit isn't going around behind the scenes. Then we get this dude having an orgasm because they pull off the heist. So that's sweet. He did send his little assistant.
Do you think? We don't know he sent her. We don't know he sent her.
I think he did but we'll talk about it. So she goes on a little trip, disguised. She follows the little signature. That's a circle with a line through it. We've heard a lot of things about the circle. Is it a cat? Is it a Death Star blowing up? Is it a Crimson Dawn
detonator?
Is it a detonator? Is it a mouse droid? No, it's at the hobo sign to get it going. Like it's just any sign.
Actually, it looks like a torture droid. Yeah.
Torture droid it is. She meets up. Apparently, the blonde took a shower and did her hair. And
she cleaned up nice, I have to say. She did.
Yeah, Val.
She changed it up. Here. And Real Red Riding Hood goes to meet her up. The conversation between these two are interesting because they start talking back and forth about cleaning up and traitors and everything else. The blonde is definitely talking about Andor and cleaning up the mess. By the way, this is why I think the Little Red Riding Hood does kind of reference him. I think she was referencing
the brunette's talking about cleaning up the mess. Right?
What? What's that?
The brunette is talking about cleaning up the mess.
Right, but the blonde is she refers it when she says Luther wants the mess cleaned up. She thinks that the blonde thinks she's talking about Andor and kind of keeps pushing the Andor. We don't know where he is thing. But I think what's that?
Speculation. The red kind of like leads towards Crimson Dawn. Red.
No, Marco, I don't think you're not making any sense with this red thing. So go back and try to make sense of that.
I just think it's funny.
No, I'm just calling her Little Red Riding Hood because she's got this on. I don't care about the red thing. No.
Who do you think she's talking about if she's not talking about
I think
Andor?
she's talking about her. I think she's talking about her.
Not Cinta. No way.
She's definitely talking about Cinta. She's on the planet. They have a lockdown now, and she could rat them all out. She's been in it deeper.
No. She says you find that person. Like we know where Cinta's at. Like I don't think that's.
Do we know where she's at?
We know she's on the planet still.
Yeah, but you don't know where she's at on the planet.
But she's on the planet. No,
I think it's clean up everybody. I think it's clean up everybody.
Was the one person that had connection. Remember when Luthen talked about the people that had connection, he was compromised by? There was two. There was Vel and there was Andor. And I think she wants to get rid of the person that can compromise Luthen.
I think Luthen wants them to get rid of both. And I think when this young lady ends up dying, don't be surprised.
Cinta's not dying. Cinta kill Vel. Vel can't kill this woman. Like, no way.
All right.
She's cutthroat. No.
That doesn't mean they're not going to drop a bomb on her. speaking of two different analogies of what people were talking about, we get this story. I'm kind of going, yeah, I don't know if I want any more of the Mon story. I don't know if I do. But Mon hops out and is like, hey, listen, I'm returning that gift. We all saw this coming a long time ago. And he's like, listen, what'd you think we were going to do? He actually has almost like Saul Guerrero type moments, which is kind of interesting, where she's like, we'll just take time to act. We'll just pass it by, which is very Rogue One-ish. Remember Rogue One where they did the thing and they're like, well, we can't get the votes up. Oh, well, sorry. We got to just keep trying more. And then Andor's out there going like, oh, my guys heard and they said, let's go out there and blow everybody. You know, like, hey, yeah, we're all getting on, go team speech, which I thought was pretty interesting. But in this scene too, speaking of Poe that we did earlier, look at the mask. Look at the detail in that. Great job on detail. There was also a Sentinel Guard mask in here that they showed some good detail on. And it looked like, I mean, just a bunch of cool stuff back and forth that they had showed in here. However, you do see Luther start giving her the, like, I told you I need money. You don't want to do something. It does sound like he's going to be on the Saul side of things in the end. As far as her, she's like, dude, come on, chill. This is interesting how she would talk to him directly and he was smiling and saying like non-committal stuff. I did find that pretty cool and interesting because the guy was watching him. The guy from the car was watching him. And then we get to see her side piece.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead,
Jedi. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say up to this scene, I thought she was in on everything. I thought she was like knew exactly what was going on. She was in on the heist until this scene, and then I was like, oh, she doesn't really know what this guy's up to,
right?
Really, and she's concerned about this is going to be repercussions. People are going to suffer, blah blah blah, and he's kind of like, it's war. It is what it is. People are going to suffer. Like you were saying earlier, kind of very Saul Guerrero, like
very Saul Guerrero-ish. So yeah, we find out now if the theory of Wayseeker and some of the people is right that she is an arranged marriage and hates her husband because of the arranged marriage, then this was the boy that she was trying to get a piece of. Correct?
I think there's definitely in
he
the
was
past
trying to wet his pencil. Is that what you're saying?
I guess that's what Dom said. I mean, I like it, whatever.
Right now, really? Okay.
Yeah. So they have a little back and forth, and he's like, "Hey, listen, I don't think you like my political leaning views," and she's like, "Just wait till I tell you about my political leaning views." I
thought this was a great scene. Yeah, I know you don't like them on Mothma. You're not. That's not your favorite.
I thought this
part.
was better. No. I'm sorry. I just read a bad note. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, Wayseeker.
Yeah. No, I mean, I just feel like her talking about how she is one person in the public and somebody else completely behind the scenes and how it's all a show and how she did that so subtly and, using coded language that only they would know in the middle of a party with everyone there. It just showed how good she was at playing the game and how there's a lot more to Mon Mothma than we really think of. And I like how this is trying to bring that out personally. I don't know about you, Jedi. You're muted,
Jedi.
I'm sorry. Yeah. So I didn't mind this. I thought obviously we're going to have to find out more about Mon Mothma, and none of what we find out, I don't think is going to be super exciting. I think it's all just going to be very foundational, what makes her tick type stuff. I don't know if we'll ever get anything super exciting out of the Mothma story, personally. But
so I had tons of fun.
It's essential that we know, but. Yeah.
So I had tons of fun double entendre jokes, but unfortunately I read a sad message. So instead of doing those about her getting drunk and doing the back and forth with Luther, we are going to just skip to, hey, Dom, look, aliens.
I would rather not have aliens if they're going to look like that. That is terrible.
Is that like an ant? It looks like an ant.
That is the worst costume I've. Oh, never mind.
You see, back in the day, if we were getting Star Wars figures, that background character we made. Like,
so
they don't make the figures like they used to anymore.
But this is the one thing that I found very interesting, and I didn't give you the close credit. But if you look at where the pink arrow is pointing, the whole time that she's having the conversation back and forth, and it's a very serious conversation about funding, the rebellion and what side she's on and everything else. That is the husband just giving the hate cock blocking eyes. Like he literally comes in 2 minutes later, just like, I have to take her someplace else. And I do think there's a ton of jealousy in that.
The Empire.
What's that?
You know
what?
The husband probably is all a pawn in the Empire scheme.
Oh, I don't think it's just that. No, I think he's cock blocking. I think this is the definition of why he does this type of stuff and tries to turn like when you see him do that, it was like okay, she's done talking with you. Come with me. You two little kids done. Like he definitely was not happy that she was having what he perceived way back there as private moments going on. So
you think he was jealous?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh yeah, he's jealous.
1,000%.
I mean, this is a horrible marriage.
Well, wait a second. You said this was an arranged marriage. You thought why would he be jealous? Knowing, I mean,
because he thinks he thinks he's a Capadon, like he does.
He wants to be. I mean, wants to be the one in the spotlight. I mean, I think that's why he married her. Like, she's obviously got some family money that she's trying to access, and
this guy's the head of like the banking institution clan almost. Like, he's got the silver fox going on. He lets 3 buttons go, and he's just like, "What's up?" And she's tipping him up, doing shots with him, and he's sitting in the background going like, "I am, man. If I wish I had some money like she, the only reason he's talking to her is because they got money. If I had money, maybe I'd be more important too. Because look at how important he is. He can wear blue when everybody else is wearing beige. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm saying.
He's got the old Ralph McCarry Obi-Wan outfit.
And I don't care if it's arranged marriage. I don't care if you don't like your partner. You still don't want your partner to be with somebody else. Like,
Yeah. I mean, that's it too. Yeah. Even if you're like that.
I don't seem to mind on House of Dragons, but
but that's all because they're also all cousins. He's not a Susio, bro. There's no Susios in Star Wars, man. All right. So now let's get into the big meat and potatoes of the part. The meat and potatoes of it is Andor coming back. He goes to see his mom, who's like, why are you here? They're going to kill you. And then he goes back and he sees his side piece or ex side piece.
I told you there was history. You're like,
there was something on there. I thought it was all innocent. Maybe more people are not like me and people just always trying to just tap everything and just no standard or quality. But hey, whatever it goes, that's how it goes. So, they get in there and she's like, get out of here, which also sucks. I mean, he must not have been that good because she really turned on him quickly and said that it was his fault, not the guy that ratted them all out. And people hate Andor, so he should leave.
I mean, this is the whole city is now under siege and occupation. So like, there's reason that they don't like him. It's not just because like he
wasn't the only one fighting, dude. There's people in that city that were blowing ships into how. It wasn't just him. There's a lot.
I get that, but they don't like the Empire. That's the whole point. They don't like the Empire. Now the Empire's there, and
see, that's the part that did not make sense. You could say that if it was just him, they probably wouldn't have locked it down. But they flew security ships and blew into buildings. They start to throw riot. They're throwing stuff in. They're beating up security forces in the streets. That was all the people. If it was just a shootout with Andor, I think they would have just thought it was a one-off and they maybe did something, but it wouldn't have been such a big deal. The big deal is that the city fought back. So I didn't buy into it's his fault, but that's how they're going to play it. So that's how they're going to play it. It was kind of messed up. He did see it. Did you not see that? Well, and plus they've been here through before. He then has a flashback and watches his dad go try to defend somebody and get shot down by clones.
Go back and show the alien to
the alien in the background.
Right there.
Yeah, there's a couple of them. There's a bunch.
There's
one over here that's like a squid that looks like Captain Jack Sparrow's dad. And then to the right. And I don't know what that goofy thing is in the middle.
Oh, you keep saying dad. What was this guy and his mother, were they romantically involved? I didn't know that.
Yes. They were.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He got hung. Didn't he get hung? Right there.
Yeah, it's Clem. Yep.
That's Flem Andor.
I knew they were like partners in crime or whatever, stealing. I didn't know
they were definitely partners. They were definitely in crime, and they were definitely doing something.
They got the same last name, though.
Yeah, they got the same last name, and they were under the sheets, and it doesn't look like they were birthed together. I mean, I don't know. Star Wars.
Great things happen when bodies start slapping.
letting your pet. What are these sayings, Dom? All right, so he does. They do hang on. I mean, you see his feet hanging, but I thought this was. Did anybody else go like, holy shit, that's so cool? They did the second gen clone trooper helmet, the one that you could buy.
Yeah.
Remember the one that had the 2 buttons on the side? Shh. The one with shh.
Well, see,
all the
basically,
time,
this is the helmet. This is the phase 2. The helmet's coming out for the.
Okay.
Just revealed for Hasbro.
But quick question: were these really clone troopers, or were they just infantry wearing what we would say is clone uniforms? Were these all Tamara Morrisons underneath these?
Because they switched, I think. It's the regular
this is phase 2, so this would be a combination of.
Yeah.
This would be when they're starting to phase in humans or into the armor, but there would be clones in there.
Because remember, this took place.
But this was the helmet, the 2-button helmet, where it's like, okay, we're gonna attack, and then it was. But either way, cool stuff. I thought, but then they shot him. They shot Clem, which sucked. And then some kid came up, and what was up with the kid? The kid came. Well, who was the kid? It wasn't him, right?
No, just somebody else.
Or some random kid.
Yep.
So they do that. Then she says, "Hey, listen, I can strut around this. I'm free now. I don't care anymore. I'm not going with you," because Andor tries to talk her out. And she's like, "Look, I'm going to strip down to booty naked and walk with my thong out up and down the streets. And there's nothing they can do about it because I'm a rebel." Okay. Whatever you want, Grandma. I mean, I ain't got to be there. This is like the Florida of freaking planets at this point.
That's definitely not how I interpreted either.
That's
Jedi.
100% what she said.
She wants, but there's nothing holding her back. It was the heist, right? It was really the heist that set her off and showed that, that the rebels can actually do something. That it's time to stand up. And so,
yeah, I definitely got the sense that she has no more F's to give. She doesn't care anymore.
Zero.
Yeah, but
yeah. See her belt. Look at her belt though. It's already coming off. She's going to streak the yard. Okay, next up, we get Andor goes to Nomos or Parta Viera.
It's in
whichever one you want to call it.
Viagra.
Parta Viera.
Puerto Vallarta. Okay.
Yeah, a little beachfront play. And then he's like, "Hey, listen, I got some money and I got a hooker. He has a hooker. That she was a hooker, right?
Andor.
He's faking taking a shower because he stores his. I've seen money stored in a lot of places. Above a shower, is not one that I've ever seen before, but whatever. And she's like, "Yo, go to the grocery store and get me some Captain Crunch berries." And he's like, "Fine." So he just starts walking. I guess they can't get room service for some reason. I would just get room service. Guys start running around, jumping up on the rails and everything else. The Empire's a bunch of shore troopers start chasing them.
Yeah. Did this seem a little forced, though? This thing did it seem a little forced as to? Does it ever say why this guy's hassling him? I mean, it's really for no reason at all, right? Or did I miss something?
I think this is where we're going to start cracking down on everything, right? Yeah. It's just to show the big crackdown and how the length of sentences have been.
Did you? Yeah, because when we go into the next step, when we're going through the judge, the stuff that they were saying was your pet was off a leash, so you got 3 years. You didn't listen to you had a feeling that could have been taken as anti-Empire, so you got 10 years.
But this trooper had no reason to stop him other than he just didn't like the looks of this guy. He didn't do anything.
He was just walking fast. They said he was running, and he said, "You're running in a place where you shouldn't be running." She looked suspicious, and that's all you needed. I mean, and that goes with the stories that we see so many other places in other books at this time period. The Empire cracks down.
Well, because they want to take over planets, and they want to end up looting them for resources or slavery. Yeah,
and they don't care if they sentence everybody to death. That's not important to them.
Mm-hmm. All right, Dom, don't look at this next part. Don't look.
Got to, Bone. Right. You got to.
So then he's like, "Hey, the rest of the guys go run by." He realizes maybe he's not with them, but then a K2SO droid comes out, knocks out 2 guys.
Not the KTSO.
No, just anyone.
You don't know.
Hey.
We actually don't. We actually do not know. We do not know if this is the K2SO droid.
But there's at least 2 of them in this scene, if not more. There's another one.
There's at least 2 of them. Yep. So then another one comes up. The shore droid says, "Hold on to this guy," and he does hold him on them.
He said, "Hang around" or something.
The wall, yeah, hang around. Make sure he hangs around or something to that.
Hangs around, yeah.
So he chokes him out. The next step, we see him. That, by the way, that's the market right there that you're supposed to go to.
Looks weird. Next we see it is the charges being assigned. He got loitering at a scene of a crime. There was charges for somebody who got charged for a dog being out. And then he got 6 years. Oh, wait, we missed a... Oh, I must have put it on no look. Because I showed like the whole setup of what it looked like. That stinks. But there was like a fan. It looked really cool.
Huh? Didn't the judge say it could have been 6 months, but he kept...
It was originally 6 months. Yeah, it was 6 months, but because of the heist, it was 6 years. And that's kind of like... But it wasn't because of the heist. I think they were just looking at an excuse to give everybody really long sentences. And they were giving people extremely long sentences. So I guess that leaves up the question... I guess that leaves the question, is it like, are we going to have a 6 years leap into the future now?
What do you mean?
Is the next episode going to be a leap into the future?
No. Because, I mean, this is 5 years before, they steal the Death Star plan. So they're going to have to break him out.
There's going to be no leap at all. It's going to be straight.
I mean, there might be like a month or something.
There you go. A couple months, yeah.
If the intent was, you have to forgive me because I don't know the names, but if the intent was for the rebels to clean up any loose ends, then right now, you'd think they'd have to go try and get this guy, because right now he's in a position where he could like really spill the beans and get them and just start, naming names and everything else.
Yeah, maybe. I think it's going to be a slavery planet, and then they're going to do a lot of the like Rogue One thing where they break him out in a transport. But we will see.
It'd be interesting to see if he tries to get out of it by saying, I can give you a deal, or if they break him out.
Or that the rumors aren't true and it was all lies, and that's how he gets out, is by programming a K2 asteroid, and he gets out.
Let me ask you something. The issue, I read the comic, and I think what they're going to do, of what I heard, they might change some of the story, the backstory from the comic, which I can't stand, because why are you buying the comics then if they're connected and you're going to keep changing things?
What? I'm sorry, what are you talking about?
That's the comic book that
you're saying they're going to retcon something.
Retcon some of the comic book.
What are they going to retcon?
When he gets K2SO, when they first met.
Maybe. I guess that's what I was asking, but I mean, they've said right now that they aren't going to do that, so I don't know. I think it was just like them showing.
Yeah, but they say lots of things. Like they're saying like he's not in this. They could be just trying to leave it back so that we don't anticipate it. I don't know.
I don't know. But that's what I was saying. Like that might be one way that he gets saved or whatever. It still was a great episode. I know you said it's a standalone, and I get it that it was a standalone. That's why I'm saying, like, I think there's going to be a short. Obviously, he's not going to do all 6 years, but there's got to be a short jump, I think, after this.
Well, unless they do this, that he gets 6 years, and what happens is that next season is his rest of his story. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it'll be 1 year past the blow up of the Death Star.
And the other episodes are going to be based on the other characters. You're not going to see him anymore.
You can't do that for 5 episodes.
Do you think that the next? Do you think the next?
Yeah, we're at the middle of the season, right?
Yeah, we got 5 episodes left.
So, do you think they're going to do 3 episodes of Mon's storyline, and that's a way they could do it? Is just say like he's in prison.
Because Saul Guerrero's got to come yet. Remember, Saul Guerrero's got to come. They got to have a Saul Guerrero story.
No, I think he's going to get out either by somebody's breaking him out, or he's going to try to work a deal.
You don't think they're going to do a Mon arc?
And maybe
it gets broken out by Saul Guerrero. Maybe they get Saul Guerrero to get him out. Who knows?
I just wonder if he's going to go undercover. If he's going to
because basically there's going to be an arc with Saul Guerrero, so we haven't seen him yet.
Yeah, but maybe he works to deal with the Empire to say, "Let me out, I'll go undercover." I don't know.
Well, if the arc doesn't have to be a Saw, I don't think they're doing a Saw arc. Okay, I think this is the Mon. Obviously, Luther's getting some of an arc. Andor's getting a big chunk because it's his show. And then Mon, they have put a lot of parts up that they're going to supposedly give us stuff, but they have not. So we're not doing that, Jerome.
You think we get a young Moff Gideon?
Yeah, nobody does know he's there. And he used a different name, so how would they find him? I don't know.
Not in this show. Gilroy's not interested in
connecting with the Mandalorian and trying to like make big connections because
he was part of the Gideon in this show. No.
Okay.
Could we get him off Gideon like Bad Batch? Something maybe.
Yeah.
But we're not going to get Andor.
We're getting a Saw Gerrera arc and Moff Gideon and.
Hey, Dom's just asking a question. We're going to get Saw, though. We know we're getting Saw sometime in
We
this
know
season.
we're getting Saw. We are getting Saw. That would be a way to break it out because that would make sense, especially if a couple of his guys got arrested there. But also, Luther somehow having something to do with Saw I do not think would be with Beyond.
But how would you feel if they end Andor's arc right now?
Hondo? What, Jerome, are you saying Hondo? What are you saying, Dom?
How would you feel if they did end Andor's arc now until next year?
No. I'd be upset.
You'd be upset?
This is Andor's show. This is not Mon Mothma's show.
Yeah, I know, but you see, but that's the thing.
He's saying in the whole thing, not continue on without him, but just in the season right now.
And
the rest of his story.
His story. He's a prisoner now. So now next season he gets out.
It's been going too well. It has been going too well. They cannot keep going on this path.
It's a good twist though. Like it's not something I saw coming. I did not see this episode in any way. What would happen next?
I didn't see the prisoner thing, right? But I do think we have to get at least one big Mon episode of her with dealing with the Empire. I mean, I know that was kind of some of the dinner
scenes. Do you think that Palpatine is going to show up because eventually he has to show up with as not Palpatine, but he's the Senate. He's part of the Senate.
I thought we were going to get him in the Senate chamber episode or two ago, but we didn't.
Sly Moore? Are you talking about Sly Moore? Because of Sly Moore? Because the Moore reference?
I could see us getting like a Mas Amita or Sly Moore.
Mas Amita or Sly Moore. I could see that. I don't think
we're going to get a Palp. No. I think we can get one of the people that speak for Palp.
I would see. Go ahead.
Moss just spoke for Palp in the Senate floor. Like,
what's his name again? The one with the horns, the blue
Sly.
Guy. Sly, right?
No, wasn't it?
You mean
or Sly the girl?
Sly's the girl. Mas Amita is the boy.
Oh, Mas Amita. That's what I'm thinking about. Mas Amita, the blue guy with the yeah.
Because I think I read something that he was going to show up.
I have no doubt you read something about that.
Yeah.
They dropped his name. Last episode. Yeah. That doesn't mean he's going to show up
a couple times. It would not surprise me to see him show up.
I wouldn't be surprised either, but I mean that doesn't mean he's going to show up. They've said everybody's going to show up. They said Palps is going to show up. They said Tarkin's going to show up. That's why we did that one list with Bingo.
But these people are really important. Like if you're staying away from the Force and stuff like that, all these things, like these are the characters that would show up because they're the big ones in the Empire right now.
Sly Moore is Force sensitive though, so like.
Well, she is, but at the end, she's.
They got a bunch of shit going on. They ain't dealing with some bum scrub. I think some people. No, man. Look, people aren't as important as people think they are. Andor right now is not that important of a person. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, he becomes it kind of, but realistically, no, man. No CEO of anybody knows who Andor is right now. Luther hardly knows who he is, and he's one of the starters of the rebellion.
Deidre's going to find out soon.
Yeah, she will find out soon. But right now, she's a beginner. They just hired some chick. She started at your work. She just hired some chick that started at your work. You got 30 years on her. Ain't nobody know who she really is either. Yeah. She's supposed to be an up and comer, but and if that's the dude that she hasn't even figured out yet, think about how low on the chain she is. Dude, she doesn't even know Tarkin. Like, we're not even at Tarkin. So how are we getting to Palpatine with Andor when the highest character we know right now, they just show the dude from Clone Wars, right? He doesn't even know about that. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it would make no sense for these people to show up. It's too high of a level. As you said, they're very important characters.
It's kind of crazy. It's just that we all know this timeline. There's so much going on, in other parts and stuff like that. And there's,
it'd be awesome
between the rise of the Empire. You have Thrawn that still hasn't went out to
he's coming out in Ahsoka. Thrawn's coming in. So
no. I'm just saying. I know he's. I'm not saying he's coming.
We don't know. We don't know where Thrawn would be at. This is before Rebels season. This is during Rebels season 1, so we don't know what Thrawn's up to exactly at this time. But
we kind of do. Technically, okay, through the books, yes.
But the timeline is a little bit blurry with the books.
Okay. You have like Talkin, and you have. I'm just saying these characters.
But Dom, those characters are like in importance. You're saying that the president of the United States knows Dom, knows Marco. Dude, no, I'm not that fucking important. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I know my local senators. I've shaken hands with them and all, but like even to that effect, it ain't a daily thing with these people. You know what I mean? Like it's you got to think of it at the level. Like your boss knows who you are. Their boss probably knows who you are. But the boss of the boss of the boss of the boss, they don't know who you are. You know what I mean? And Andor's below you. Andor's way down there. So why would whoever you work for or whatever, or whoever anybody works for, why would the president of that board come down to see Andor? Like they wouldn't.
No, you're right. I'm just saying the fact is that more of the political aspect, Andor is just like a pawn. We all know that. Mm-hmm. But like the Mob Mosses and the rebellion type of that knowing, because she is in.
She's a D-rate character that they're trying to make important.
Come on, you just don't like her. No, she's not that bad.
Come on. Wayseeker, do not give her a bunch of relevance and importance.
I'm not going to give her a bunch of relevance. She's not a D-list character.
She's not as important as Andor. She's not even as important as Andor in the lore so far. Like, never has been.
She's a C+ character. She's
a background character at best. At best, that's what she's been. Like, it's not a stick. She literally shows up to like.
She's hugely important in the time between stuff that comes up with between the movies, between 6 and 7. She's the leader there. She has a huge story that comes about, and so I think you undersell the character, but that's fine. Whatever.
Jedi. What movies is Mon in?
Who cares?
He is in 4, 6, 6. He's only in 4.
My point. That's my point. My point is like for the 3 minutes she shows up on the screen, not including Rogue One. Not that in the grand scheme of things isn't.
I know, but they made her a big character before we really knew.
Now she is. She's an A character because of this show. Probably.
No.
I mean, she's still not A. You're right. She's still C character. But what I'm saying is she gets to step up because of this show. Yes.
She was the first leader of the New Republic. Like that makes her more than a D character.
Well, if we take away the comic books and the novel, we've probably seen. Well, no, I was going to compare her to Tarkin as far as the actual cinematic piece.
Tarkin is more popular in the Star Wars world than she is. Yes.
I'm not talking about popularity. I'm talking about just as far as being integral to their side, where you have the Empire and the Rebellion.
If you take out Rogue One, yes, I would agree with what you're going to say. But because of Rogue One, she showed up in Rogue One. But people forget she showed up in Rogue One.
She showed up in Rebels. Tarkin shows up in Bad Batch. I mean, you can go back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm saying, though, is like with Rogue One, because she's vanilla, people forget she was even in Rogue One because she just was a person there. Tarkin stands out more. You cannot argue that Tarkin does not stand out.
And Tarkin's a better character. I get that, but you're downplaying Mon Mothma.
She was, but she's always the back.
That's
she's not exciting. She's a decision maker. She's the let's go, let's do it. Don't do
Actually,
it.
She says you can't do it a lot. She says you cannot do this a lot. She does say you can't do it.
One cool thing
she's not a deck plate character, if to borrow a Navy term. She's not on the deck plate. She's not a doer necessarily.
All right, go ahead, Tom.
I do like the fact that they're bringing light to these characters and giving them the stories, the backstories.
Fair.
And again, to know who they are and the importance they are in the rebellion, which is really cool.
So Jedi, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't know you were saying.
I'm sorry. I'm saying the fact is that with this series, the way things are, and regardless of what people are saying, this series has been a really big success for Disney and and Star Wars. I think moving forward, I think there'll be other stories about like the regular, hearing that. I know people want the Jedis and people want the Sith and they want that, but there's a lot of characters that are normal people that are definitely really important and cool, and if they can build backstories.
I don't think we should be expecting any big characters in this. I don't think we should be expecting a Luke Skywalker moment in this Andor series.
Which I have been against since The Mandalorian, that type of thing. You can't let the franchise stand on its own if you have to keep doing those type of things. So I'm extremely happy with this. But I would like to ask Jedi, because we have heard from Jedi 2 weeks ago when he was on the show of his opinion of Andor. And now that's developed a little bit more, we're coming back. And I would like to hear the original 3, that's my Star Wars Jedi Johnson opinion, because he is open-minded to new things, but he is also very set on that's my Star Wars. So Jedi, could you give us kind of what you feel now? Has it changed at all since the last one?
Well, it's kind of like you have to acclimate to this series. It's not the Star Wars that we're used to. So you gotta get used to it. And until you do, you're probably not going to be satisfied with it because it's not what we're used to seeing. So for me personally, I feel like I've acclimated to it. I'm comfortable with the pacing of this show now. I'm comfortable knowing, like I said, we're not going to get any of these Luke Skywalker moments. We're going to get a lot of storytelling. We're going to get a lot of character building, which historically in Star Wars series we don't always get a lot of that, because Star Wars fans, they want those big moments of I don't know,
does it
want those go ahead.
The Dom moments, we can call it the Dom moments.
I don't want to. I'm the same way. I love those moments. I like the Luke Skywalker moment. I like those things. But we're not getting those in this one, and you just have to accept that and go with it as what it is, which is a different type of Star Wars storytelling, I guess. If that makes sense.
I think this will be really interesting going forward, because the ratings for this are not anywhere near as good as Obi and Boba. Even though I love this story 5,000 times more than either of those shows, Disney's going to have a hard look and saying the critics like this show, but maybe
there is a to Dom's
watching
point.
It.
To Dom's point, and there's a lot of stuff going on right now, but to Dom's point, and maybe that is something when they put the Jedi thing there. Like, there is a lot of, there's different parts of Star Wars fandom, right? We've always discussed this, and there's no wrong part to it. But as you see, and as the people that I talk to, the people who are about the story quality and like the storytelling of Star Wars and the folklore and everything else, those fans seem to really, really enjoy this series. They actually say this series is for us. I believe we put myself and Wayseeker in that category. There's nothing wrong with it, but we've heard my opinion very loudly expressed on how I do not actually like the things that Dom and Jedi have gotten. And although it feels like they've gotten it more than us in the recent couple series, which is to say there's nothing wrong with that, just not our style. Is that,
to be fair, like, I mean, Dom, you loved episode 6. You didn't watch this one yet. You thought it was amazing, right?
And you know what? I look, and what I seen, and even look, you went over last week's episode, and I seen it, but watching it was totally different from when we went over it.
Saul Guerrero, Jerome. Guerrero.
And what was so good about episode 6, I think, is the fact that we didn't know, outside of Andor, we didn't know these characters well enough to know who was going to survive episode 6, really. And I thought that was what was kind of good about it and exciting about it. is we didn't know, and that's because it was fresh and new. So I mean, I don't know. I don't want to speak for Dom, but that's what I liked about episode 6 more than anything was I was actually on the seat of I was on the edge of my seat for that last part of that show because I didn't know who was going to survive other than Andor.
You know, the crazy thing is
onto that shuttle and get out of there.
Even though we talked about it and I watched it, I was actually on the edge of my seat too as well. And I was like, damn, I go, this show is awesome. You know, and I'm going to be honest with you. I know that there's people out there. We all know that they're out there and they're hating on this show. But
sure, I guess.
Just like I said from the beginning, when I told you, I said, I care for these characters. And the first episode, caring for the characters, that's the main ingredient in loving a show. Once you care for the characters off the bat and they show and the way they tell the story, I'm in, you know, and I really like the show and like I want to see where it goes, you know, like where like the second season. I want to see where that goes. You know,
luckily we're going to get 2 seasons out of this, but this show reminds me a lot about like Rebels. Like it does. I think there's a lot of analogies we can make towards Rebels where it wasn't really highly regarded in the beginning. I would say Clone Wars, but Clone Wars had the problem with Sky Guy and all the rest of that horse shit. But when I'm saying like Rebels, it wasn't like I would go and talk to friends that were Star Wars friends and they'd be like, yeah, you keep telling us to watch this, but what I cannot get into it. I can't get into it. And then by season like 2 and 3, it really got people really enjoyed it. And it showed them a different way of looking at Star Wars. I think this can show fans a different way of looking at Star Wars that we do not need, as Jedi said, the big Luke moment. Jerome, there's not a bigger supporter of fucking Hondo than me. He's not showing up. Dude, we've kind of not tried to say this.
It wouldn't make sense for him.
It wouldn't make sense. But the guy who's going to put them all together is Saul Guerrero. They've even fucking told us this at this point. So it's Saul. Johnny Depp paying Hondo? Absolutely not. That's a train wreck waiting to happen.
Oh, that would be great. They couldn't afford him.
We are all
very aware of who the
fuck Hondo is. We are all very aware of who Hondo the space pirate is. Ezra's not showing up in this. Ezra's like 6 or he's how old is he?
No, this would be Ezra right when this is 5 years before this. This is right when Ezra meets Kanan.
Okay, so Ezra's going to meet Kanan right now.
There's no way Ezra's coming in this because Ezra's never been in hyperspace before.
Yeah, he's on Lothal right now.
This takes place 5 years before New Hope. So Obi-Wan. This is the same time as Obi-Wan.
We know exactly when this takes place. Yes, it takes place during season 1 of Rebels.
We all want space pirates, Jerome. Yes, but he's not.
How about ice pirates?
Jesus. All right. Oh, space pirates, Johnny Depp. Still not happening. All right. But I'm glad, Jedi, I'm glad you're actually giving it a shot and you didn't give up on it like you did the Thrawn trilogy. Because I think
it's Star Wars. I'm going to keep watching it.
What's that? Yeah, because I just think like it's a different form of Star Wars, but I like what you're saying. I have hope now that maybe we will get some more of this type of content because I think it's easy enough for Star Wars fans to digest this and it'll keep it going where we don't have to watch biker girls with scooters. That's all I'm saying.
It would be nice if Disney could just if Disney could feed both the fan bases. And I say that because for every, we're looking at one side of the coin, which is, hey, we like this good storytelling. We like the good,
the character building, the world
building. The other side of the coin is the people who want the Luke moments. One side of that coin is always going to be bickering about what's going on in Star Wars. So
it doesn't have to be.
We're going to get.
I think Ahsoka can bring both of those together theoretically.
Okay.
Maybe. I'm hoping.
No, it can't because Jedi's telling you Ahsoka's not my Star
Ahsoka.
Wars is Obi-Wan Kenobi, Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker. There's no exceptions.
I like Ahsoka. I just don't like. I don't
want to see Slave. I don't want to see Leia outside of a slave costume. Okay. I don't like Boba Fett outside of a pit. There is no exceptions to these rules. Go ahead, Jedi. Sorry. Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead.
So
no.
What would your number one series be, Jedi? If you could have one series right now that they would go forward on, what would it be?
Are you asking my favorite series that they've made so far?
Something in the future. If they would say we're going to do one series, this one's going to come next, and if they announced it, what would that one series be that would make you most excited?
Well, it would be a retelling of something that we already know, and I'm going to sound, it would be the Dark Disciples or something along those lines, probably but I mean, we know what happens in that already, but they could always go back. I would like to see something with Ventress because I would like to see something with Ventress. She's one of my favorite. I have one of my many favorites, I guess. But I think they could even go back further than what we know of Ventress, probably, if they wanted to, or fill in some gaps. But obviously, the Dark Disciples, I wouldn't. I'm like Marco. I wouldn't mind a retelling of that in live action. But so I guess that would be it. I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which isn't far off. I just would be scared that they would murder it. But yeah, I mean that's a good thing. And I think like Dom's kind of a different. Dom's a different animal than Jedi. Even Dom is like the guy that has the hope because he likes the flashy lightsaber, but he also likes the story and like just will consume it all. So I think like his fan base. He'll defend anything. He'll defend fucking, what was that stupid thing that they did, the cartoon? Which was the one?
What, droids?
Resistance?
No, Resistance. He would defend Resistance if he had to.
I haven't seen that.
I wasn't a big fan of Resistance, but there were some good episodes. There was a couple of good things in it. It just took me a while to get used to the animation.
There was a couple good episodes in Resistance that I enjoyed.
There were some, when they had the crossover with The Force Awakens and how that connected, which was good. But other than that, I would take, believe it or not, like people talk about that. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like that. In the 80s, growing up in the 80s, droids and friggin' Ewoks.
No, I like that too.
I enjoyed those growing up.
Not go crazy on them Ewoks now. Let's just pump the brakes there.
Caravan of what was it?
But about the cartoon. The cartoon was it was funny. It was for kids, but I was a kid growing up, so I liked that. I like those. Droids was weird because C-3PO all over the place, but it was kind of cool. It was cool because it had a different aspect, different stories. It was different, and people complained, but they didn't complain the way they are now.
No, there just wasn't any internet, Tom.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the thing. There was no internet to really.
People complained. If you've been in the Star Wars fan base long enough, people complain.
But there's also less options.
Yeah,
that's a big part of it too. There's just
but even that when the 1, 2, and 3 came out, holy crap, how much complaining you heard.
Sure. Well,
the remastering, holy crap, how much
they complained, but at the end, they got more Star Wars. But it took a long time.
There's people that still hate Jar Jar Binks for this. Go ask JJ what he thinks of the original 3 or 1, 2, and 3. He does not speak highly of any of those. There's a lot of people that don't. So, but whatever. It's cool. I actually like it. I think it's opening up a new thing. I hope it does well. I think when we finally look at the hours watched, 6-month hour watch on this Andor, I think we're going to see a big change in the overall numbers.
Well, you know what's cool? The one thing we can honestly say is that each show that does come out is going to have a different type of feel. And at the end of every series that we see, we're going to get a different outlook, a different take on different things. Like Ahsoka's going to bring a lot more to the table than we have with Andor, of course. And then when they put out the next show, The Acolyte is going to be different from the Ahsoka show. So there's going to be a lot of different things that we get from these series. And
as long as they don't do any more Book of Boba Fett, I'm happy.
You know what?
I had a quick question.
Go ahead.
So we're talking when Wayseeker asked me about what series, etc., and I said Ventress, and then there were a couple of comments in there about Quinlan Voss. Can you throw me up on the the big one real quick? So we saw that Quinlan Voss is seems to be alive during Obi-Wan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Maybe.
But
yes.
So is that Quinlan Voss in this panel? Would you say?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Is that Quinlan? Oh, I'm on the wrong side. Is that Quinlan Voss getting blown up in that panel?
No, it isn't actually.
It certainly looks like it is.
Yeah.
He's standing.
Yeah, it is.
this...
But wait, Seeker, haven't they addressed this before?
Have they addressed this? Because I stumbled across this because I was doing a little research for my Handmaidens thing that I wanted to bring up earlier, and I came across this. I was like, "What the f?" Quinlan gets blown up.
And which one is that in? That
this is in. It's in.
Is that Vader 25?
No. This is actually in Revenge of the Sith number 3 during Order 66.
Didn't Dave say something about that? Like he might not be
You
dead.
can take me down off the big thing.
Yeah, because I think when they were talking about doing the backstory of the 2, then Quinlan had the extra one with what's her name? They'd asked if Quinlan was 86, and they said he's a mysterious person that lived in a weird realm and may or may not be dead. So according to him, apparently you can save yourself in an explosion. He wouldn't be the first Jedi that did it. That's all I'm going to say about that.
All right. Well, I'll sleep better then.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what the hell?
I'll tell you what show I would like to see them make. That it was on one of the tables at one time, Crimson Dawn. You know, the beginning, like the Maul. I'd like to see Maul in live action again with Kira when Kira was starting to become a big player in Crimson Dawn. I'd like to see that. You know, there's a lot of room, more story. There definitely is.
There's also a big price tag on getting what's her name to play Kira. That's the only thing.
She wanted to do it. She actually liked playing Kira in Solo.
Yeah, does she want to do it for the right price? So that's going to be my question.
They all want to do it for the right price. You know.
Yeah, everybody wants.
Well,
to
the right price would be.
Yeah. All right. Well, so I'm glad that it's kind of changed. I was worried about the fan base that's similar to Jedi. Not that every person's exact, because everybody has a different opinions and stuff. But I was worried that we couldn't convert them to true believers. And now it seems that I can sleep better because of that now, Jedi, that you don't actually think this is a waste of time of an episode like you do the Thrawn trilogy. Maybe you'll give that a second try.
I just have to take a nap before I watch it. I found if I take a good nap before I watch it, then it's better. I could get through it. Have you read Inferno Squad? Jedi? No, in fact, I was going to ask, do I have to finish reading those? Do I have to finish listening the one that I put down to do those the High Republic? What was the one I started that
Inferno Squad?
That I kept thinking there was an actual Chuck character, but it's really the
Chuck Wendig. Yeah, Aftermath.
Oh, Aftermath.
Yeah, I haven't got through Aftermath yet. Not even the first part of it.
Yeah.
Really? Oh boy.
Do you need Aftermath to
No,
we don't need
Aftermath.
We'll get back to Aftermath. We're gonna do the Battlefront or the Inferno Squad first.
Yeah, we're gonna do Inferno Squad, and I think just to go back to that, I think one of the things that it might be good to put in the comment is we're trying to figure out if we want to do it taped or if we want to do it live and when we would do it. It's kind of something.
Yeah. So if you want to join the book club, let us know, and then in the comments, and then let us know if you want to do a live book club or a tape book club.
Yeah,
we're gonna start off with Inferno Squad.
We'll do like once a month. We'll pick a book that we think is important to Star Wars.
It's gonna go Inferno Squad, then it's gonna go Alphabet Squad, just to tell you which two we're starting off with. Those are the two we're starting off with.
Yeah, and so it's just a chance to kind of recap some of the canon books and give a good chance to join in if you haven't read them or want to reread them. And so
before we go,
Inferno Squad we picked specifically because that one is really important to the Revelation comic that's coming out. So it's a good way to get to know that character. So let us know in the comments if you'd rather that be a live show. It will be the book club will be not on Sunday nights. It'll be something else if it's live.
Yeah, it'll be something else.
Yeah.
Wait, Sager, real quickly in 30 seconds or less, can you tell us why you hate Alphabet Squad so much?
Why do I hate Alphabet Squad so much?
Mm-hmm. You're wrong. Either way, you're wrong. Okay, thank you very much. We appreciate everybody in the chat. We have one more live show going on Wednesday. Make sure you check out the guys on Friday. And thank you, Wayseeker. He might be dropping news. We will be out on site. I think we're going to do a bunch of Baltimore stuff, like live feed. So hopefully you can just keep – this is the week. If you do not have the bell on for notifications, this is probably going into next week is the week you should have the notification bell on. I know some people don't turn it on. That's okay. We don't have a problem with that, but you might want to. All right. Thank you to everybody here. Thank you for Jedi Down. Make sure you're checking them out on Friday. Make sure you check us out on Wednesday. We have the TAC show going into Baltimore. We'll be doing a little more talking about that. And make sure you watch all our pre-recorded content and SNS, our other live show. Anybody else have anything to say? Good. Glad you made it. You were wrong, Wayseeker. Thank you very much.